Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, believe it or not, it is officially the last week. That is week 10 of Midwest Championship Series. I'm Joseph the Voice, hanging out with Red Flame. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. My summer's been doing well, and I hope it's the same for everyone else.
That is good to hear. I know I've been pretty busy myself putting together a summer clinic here in my local area, so it's definitely been a pretty busy ride myself. But enough about me. Let's talk about the action and what you guys may have been missing or what you guys need to know at this moment in time. So first of all, let's take a moment and take a look at our power ranking real quick. And let's just take a quick glance at these teams as we look from top to bottom. A lot has happened throughout the season, but there's still a lot more that can happen next week when the second major happens. You have Rochester Rhythm in first place with 66 points, Bemidji with 55, St. Paul with 55. You go into fourth place, you got a tie there as well between Mankato Atlas and the Fargo Steelhawks. As you continue to look through, Chicago Jungle and Duluth tied at 45. And then you have a tie across the board. Now, this is where it gets very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because everybody knows only 8 spots make it to land. So Bloomington Maulers, Des Moines Derecho, Burnsville Inferno, and Omaha Buffalo, all 4 of them right now are tied with 40 points, trying to get that last 8th spot. But do not count out the Minneapolis Miracles or the St. Cloud Flyers, who also have 35. But there's the possibility that Brainerd Victory, the Green Bay Knights, or possibly even the Hibbing Rangers throw an absolute bomb of a Hail Mary and do something similar to what the Rochester Rhythm did and take it all and really just make it look easy. We'll see what happens. It really just comes down to anything can happen on any given day. And I'll tell you this, if you guys aren't excited about that, we got the major over these next 2 weeks, but then we have LAN coming up on August 17th and 18th. And you're not going to want to miss that. That's going to be at River Falls, University of River Falls. And you guys can get your tickets. You guys can get your jerseys. There will be some links that you guys can see that you guys can go type on in, get the information. Unfortunately, the last day to order jerseys was 7/4, but the good news is you'll still get your jersey. You'll just get it a little late. So I'm really excited for LAN. I don't know about you guys. It's right around the corner, and it's still anybody's ball game. Let's see if the Rochester Rhythm can hold it down, because I'll tell you this, they don't even have the best record, but they are definitely at the top of the pack. So with no further ado, let's talk about our teams that are going to be playing today in this matchup to start it out. We have the Duluth Superiors going up against the Mankato Atlas. Duluth Superiors, which will be Views, Fluffy, and Flo, going up against the Mankato Atlas, Gat, Tox, and Mal. We're going to see how this plays out today. Both of these teams, fairly good teams. Both of them looking, like I said, to try to get some more better positioning, or at least get a little bit better mental game going as they get ready for this major that's right around the corner. So I know for me, I'm a little bit of a toss-up right now. I do see my boy Bladet over there on Mankato Atlas, so I'm feeling a little good over there. But you know what? I think the Superiors are going to stand tall, and I think we're going to go the distance today. So I'm going to say Duluth Superiors in 5.
I'm thinking the same for Superiors, but I'm going to say in 4. I'm not going to think it's a 5. I'm going to say 4.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is Rocket League at its finest. Are you rooting for the Duluth Superiors, or are you rooting for the Mankato Atlas? Do know that Mankato is 10-4 right now. So right now, Duluth being 9-5, this could be a good way to kind of even up the odds before you get in a major. It's not going to make any changes with points. But what it is going to do is it's going to set the tone and let you understand that you have a chance at taking that championship. Do understand that it is 2 weeks long, so there's a lot of Rocket League to play. So make sure you get your mental game in check, because right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing already these teams starting to warm up and try to get some rhythm in action.
Be going down, hits it center from Mal. Gatman gonna hit it in the corner. Follow up, misses it. Views now gonna try to hit it away from goal. Go straight up. Now Flo's gonna hit it cross field. M is gonna try to get it away. Flo though does stop it.
And Tox drives over into the corner. Fluffy tries to get a stump on it. Pushes it out towards his teammate Flo. Gadman puts off the back wall. Tox gets a shot on, but Views gets an easy clear there. Mal trying to get it back towards the goal. Now Vusey takes it, tries to drive it away, has two defenders in front of him, gets met by one, but throws it down the field. Tox now towards the sidewall, gets another touch on it, but Fluffy is there to push it away.
In quarter, Fluffy's gonna try to get it. Mal does hit it into Views. Views now gonna try to get it across. Tox does hit it, goes straight across though. Views now hitting it up towards goal. Gatman gets it cleared away, gonna follow it up. Flo does take it from him though. Mal now going up for it. Gonna get it past Fluffy, but not past Views.
And Views just getting a light touch on it, trying to keep it in place for his teammate Flo, who gets stumped by the defender. Views trying to stay on it, but has nothing left in the tank. A big bomb downfield by Tox, trying to get back on it, tries to put it down, but puts it just wide of the goal. Gat now getting bumped by Flo, but staying on and pushing it towards Mal, and met by Views. It's now pushing back. Tox gets what looked like a potential flip reset. Doesn't look like he landed it properly. However, Flo gets it back towards Fluffy. And that could have been costly, but it was a good push there to get it away from the front of that goal. Tox now trying to get it right back. It has been on this side for quite some time. The Atlas doing a great job keeping the pressure on right now. But we'll see what happens. Superior's already with 4 saves defensively. So that just shows the Atlas have been pressing on that defensive line for some time.
Views now getting it towards goal. Open net. He does get a little bit to the left though. And now bringing it up with Flo. Hits it across to midfield. Fluffy is there. Hits it sideways. Up the wall. Views is going to go up for it. Hits it towards goal. Tox is going to take it in corner. Pushes it towards midfield. Fluffy goes up. Hits it up. But not in the right way. And now Gatman is going to hit it back into Views, who gets a good clear.
I know this isn't completely relative to the game happening, but can we just point out that Views has a 12 ping? I have never seen that low of a ping in Rocket League. My goodness, is he like sitting right next to the server? And there goes Views with a shot, and Gat with a beautiful save there. My goodness, to get there. He had to stretch it. And now Views over to Fluffy. Fluffy tries to get the shot. And now Flo gets it up and gets it away. There's a lot happening right now, but it's not enough. As Atlas got close to scoring, but they couldn't get one in the bag.
Flo now going up to hit it away. Tox tries to go up. Flo does get it past him, going towards goal. It's an open net, and Flo scores the first goal of the game.
The Superiors have been getting some good defensive pokes. There was another one right there. They got that one to land, and now they put themselves up 1-0. But we do know Atlas were pressuring very heavily on the Superiors' defensive line there. So we'll see. Can they come back in this last minute 11? They're only down by 1. I can easily see that getting tied up and pushed into overtime. Both these teams are definitely very good teams in the league, and either one really can dominate on any given day. But who is going to come out on top here? Right now, the Superiors are looking good. They're holding that line, but we do know the Atlas are standing a little bit taller in the standings.
Now hitting it away from goal at midfield. Tox is going to take it away from Flo. Mal hits it towards goal, but Fluffy with the save. Views trying to get it away. Gatman hits it away from him. Now Flo with the cross map goal. Views tries to hit it down, but hits it a little up instead. Now in corner, Mal's going to take it across to midfield and gets it into Flo.
Oh, pushing it over towards his teammate. However, Gat grabs a Views there now to block him from getting a clear. Gets downfield anyways. Tox with a beautiful drive downfield. Flo now trying to get it past the defender, but kind of loses it there. Mal gets up, gets met by Fluffy. Tox now tries to get something going. And Gatman with a bounce shot, and we are tied up. 1-1, 3 seconds remaining on the clock. Are we going into overtime, or will we possibly see a kickoff goal?
3 seconds left, tied 1-1. Overtime most likely now, unless either team breaks something very, very unlikely right now, and it's overtime.
Both these teams have been doing fairly well to start it out. A little slow start, if you ask me, for both teams. Generally see a little bit more out the gate. But at the moment, neither team is really looking too bad. They're covering their corners right now. A lot of it has came down to pick shots, and right there, a beautiful pass play up the field. And the Superiors take that one quickly in overtime, catching the entire team in the corner.
2-1 16 seconds into overtime. That is going to be game for the Superiors. Game 1 of the series. Best of 3 for... Not best of 3, best of 5. First to 3. And we'll see who can come out next game.
If you look at the stat line, you will see 8 shots on goal for the Superiors and 8 shots on goal for the Atlas. So even across the board when it came to shots, however, Superiors able to sneak that overtime goal in very quickly. You will see, though, the Superiors did a great job getting 6 saves, whereas the Atlas only had 3. So Superiors doing a great job holding down the middle front of that, whereas Atlas were kind of shooting a little bit more wild at the front of that goal, getting some higher wide shots. So we're going to see if they can kind of zone in and laser in those shots, or what's going to happen here in game 2, because they definitely were not out of that when they pulled out a sneak-in goal there with 3 seconds remaining. My apologies. And I'm just really excited to see how this series continues. I do see it still potentially going the distance as we predicted.
Burton leads 2-1, or not 1-0 in the series. Going into game 2 could go either way. Both teams being roughly the same skill level.
Here we go. Game 2, Week 10 Midwest Championship Challenger. Are you rooting for the Duluth Superiors, or are you rooting for the Mankato Atlas? Who is your team, or is your team not playing right now? I'm curious to find out. Who are you rooting for here for Midwest Championship Series? And who do you want to see make it out to that land as Gat gets one in early? Atlas are not asleep at the wheel.
1-0, 4:53 on the clock. Quick 7-second goal. Gonna be very quick off. Going into kickoff, it is gonna go in favor of the Superiors. Fluffy following it up right into Gatman. Gonna take it past Flo into Views. He's gonna get it almost past Tox. Does later. Now Flo gonna make a shot. Gonna be a little bit too high and wide. Mal now hitting it back to Fluffy to Gatman. Gonna be a little bit to the side of the goal.
Tox trying to get a raindrop down to his teammate, but the defender is there, denies it. Fluffy now grabs it, pushes it away, gets met by Gat. Gat stumbles on the wall, however, cannot gain control. Tox now grabs hold, pushes it towards the sidewall, gets met by Views, who grabs it up, gets the pass, and Mal is there to clear it away.
Fluffy now hitting it down. Tox in the own half, hitting it away, following it up at midfield. Drops it down to Gatman. Views taking it from the corner, hits it to Flo, I believe. Following up, demos Mal. Going up, Fluffy's gonna bump Tox, goes down, not quite by goal. Gatman and Mal gonna go up. Views hitting it towards goal, but Tox is there to get it away.
Fluffy and Gatman meet at evens. There, gets popped up into the air. Tox now grabs it, pushes it down. Phil gets another hit on it, and a beautiful save there by Views. Stretches the goal to stop it. Fluffy now up, passes it down to Views. Views in position, passes it down to Flo. And 1, 2, 3. That's a team play right there, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful way to tie it up.
1-1, 3:21 left on the clock. Going into this next kickoff, now tied up. Could go either direction. Could tie up the series if the Mankato Atlas do win. Views with a shot towards goal, but Tox does get it away.
The ball gets popped up. Fluffy gets on it, pushes it into the corner. Gets met by Mal.
55 left on clock.
Fortunately,
Shot on goal. Hughes hitting it away. Flo now bring it up. It's met by Mal. Now Fluffy is gonna get it away.
Gat now puts it up and dunks it down. Beautiful play there by Gatman, putting his team in a position to win. That's what you want to see.
1-2, 2:40 left on clock. Mankato Atlas in the lead, could possibly tie up this series. Going into kickoff, it is going to go in favor of the Blue Superiors.
Ox grabs it, throws it down the field, but Views gets hold of it. Now it's kind of laying at the 50. Mal pushes it back towards the corner. Ox is there, gets it away from Views. It's right back in front of goal again. Gak gets the shot, and it's saved by Flo. What a save. Mal with a put in front of goal, gets saved once again there by Views. A lot of passes coming out here from both teams. Some great defense coming out from both, all in the same, as it is back and forth between these teams.
Blown out in corner, taking it from the midfield. It's it past Mal. Past Tox. Tox can go back and try to get it now. Hits it in the wall. Fluffy now misses ball. Gatman going up for it. Hits it past midfield to Tox. And it gets stopped by Flo.
That pushes it out towards Mal. Puts it just high. Hughes there to clear it away. Looks like Flo actually got the save on that one, actually. Ass bag, Fluffy. A lot happening. A beautiful redirect, and it is in the goal. Tox getting the angle and putting it on. 1:20 on the clock. Mal to Tox, and right into the back of that net. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
3-1 Mankato Atlas in the lead. Definitely possible for an overtime or a win for the Superiors, as it goes in for a kickoff goal by Flo.
That's what you want right now. They take a goal, they put themselves up by 2, you bring it right back. You do not want to give them too much breathing room, so let's see how they continue this onslaught as we continue going forward. Will they be able to make it come back and bring it back to another overtime? Or will we see the possible, Atlas bringing it back to a 1-1 in this series?
1 minute left on the clock. Could go either way. Flo taking it in corner. Gatman does take it from Views. Gonna hit it away. Fox now gonna take it. Gets it up centered from Mal. A little too high. Fluffy now clearing it back at midfield. Gatman gonna get it past him. Flo hits it up. The Fluffy, down in the goal just in front. Now Gatman hitting it across at midfield. Flo is gonna be there to take it away.
Only 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Will we see this game tied up as the Atlas just continue to press? They put one on goal. Views kicks it away. Flo now back towards Fluffy, but Fluffy did not get the immediate read. Fluffy did get the defend, though, however, with the save. Views now gets it past 1. Can he get it past 2? You cannot. Tox with the denial.
10 seconds left. Gatman pushing with Flo. Mal gonna hit it in, and Gatman with the bump on Flo, and it goes in from Mal.
A little bit of bully ball happening right there. Gatman says, "Get out of my way." And Mal puts it right into the back of the net. 6 seconds remaining, and now they are up by 2.
Seems like game 4 Mankato Atlas gonna tie up the series 1-1 going to game 3.
And what a play to finish it off. That's got to be a little bit more demotivating if you're the Superiors. Get dunked on right there to finish out game 2. And this stat line has turned around quite drastically as the Atlas are showing why they are a more dominant team than the Superiors. If we just take a moment and look across the board, you will see a total of 14 shots for the Atlas in a comparison of 3. So yes, the Superiors only shot 3 shots and made 2 of them, but Atlas just continued to pepper away at the front of that goal, and they put 5 into the back of that net. They made that last few look pretty easy. So we'll see, can the Atlas continue reigning supreme, or will they bring the Superiors, an opportunity to come back? We'll see what happens. I will say this, I do see the Superiors stepping up a lot more defensively. They did have 7 saves. So they definitely were working well to try to hold down that defensive line. But I'll tell you this, if you allow the Atlas to continue shooting at that level, you saved half of the amount of shots that they took. That's crazy.
Definite lead. Now 1-1 in the series going into game 3. Could go either way now that it's tied up.
As we are now tied in this series 1-1. Will it be the Mankato Atlas or will it be the Superiors that come out on top? I'll tell you this, both these teams are playing with a lot of heart right now, but the Superiors are definitely starting to falter a little bit, and the Atlas are heating up a lot more. So we'll see if they can smolder the flames or what might happen here.
Gatman going up, getting it right in front of goal already. Now Fluffy gonna bring it in front of Atlas goal. Tox gonna hit it away. Mal gonna be a little bit too high above the goal. Flo with a shot, just a little bit too high. Now Views trying to get it over. Not quite able to. Mal now hitting it across. Gatman with a shot, and it's in for goal number 1.
Atlas coming back and already putting one on the board very quickly here in game 3. They want to hold that tempo and set that tone and continue to ride it forward. I don't know if they want to go to game 5. They're looking to try to get a quick turnaround victory here, but we'll see. Can they hold that or will it get denied here by the Superiors?
The shot towards goal gets demoed. Mal now taking it from the corner. Gets bumped away. Now going at midfield. Flo gonna hit it sideways. Try to get it to Fluffy. Unable to. Now in front of goal. View's gonna hit it down. Flo gonna follow it up, but Tox does take it away from him, and Gatman shoots it towards goal.
Mal grabbing it in that back corner. Views just grabs it though and pushes it right back into the front of that goal, but it gets saved by the defender. And Fluffy now leaving it for his teammate. Views gets a shot, and Gat is there for another save.
Now Fluffy hitting it towards goal. Mal with the save. Gatman, it's demoed by Flo. Or other way around, my bad. Flo gets demoed by Gatman, and Views bombs it down for a score to tie the game.
We are now, like you said, tied up, 3:30 on the clock. Really curious to see how this continues to unfold, as it has been a back and forth so far. We did see the Atlas starting to heat up really well there in game 2. But also really just curious to see if the Superiors can turn it around. We're starting to see more bowling ball coming out on both sides. A lot of demos, a lot of bumps. They're trying to separate the field. Will they continue, or what might happen?
Fox now bringing it down to goal. Flo getting it past him and Gatman. Going up at midfield. Mal is going to get a hit on it. Goes back into their corner. Fox going to take it up that midfield. Going to get a lot of space, but Flo is going to take it away from goal before Gatman makes it. Hughes now gets it stolen from by Tox, and now Fluffy's going to take it at midfield.
And a boom down the field. Views is there to grab it though, however, but Tox trying to make sure he can keep it there for his team. Mal puts it back, leaves it for his teammate Gat. Looked like they were going to get another touch on it, but decided not to. Nothing left in the tank right now. Go and steal that boost from the defender.
Fluffy now going for it from Gatman. Gatman gets the demo on Fluffy, and Flo a little too high on that. Views a little too high on that shot as well. Again, he shoots it and it goes in.
I don't want to go pointing fingers at anybody, but Mal had a really awkward back rotation there where they had a few opportunities to grab boosts and ended up on goal with really no boost in tank. Didn't look like they grabbed many small pads or anything. So they really left their team at a deficit there. I want to see a little bit more in terms of your rotations, making sure you're having that boost management down and understanding how to run your rotations to be able to optimize, you know, that utility of getting boost in your tank. You don't want to be left behind. And now we're tied up at 2-2. Tox bringing it right back. But do understand, boost economy is a huge part of Rocket League, people. You want to make sure that you are grabbing the boost from the defenders and you are leaving some boost for your team. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself around an optimal number, which to me, I think is a good between 30 to 50, depending on the type of play you're trying to do. You don't always need 100 in your tank to make big plays. Mal made a beautiful play right there. He said, you know what, Joe, just let me play my game. Just let me play my game. You cast and I'll play Rocket League. How about that?
3-2 towards Atlas. 1:47 on the clock. Kickoff is going to go in favor of the Duluth Superiors. Going past Tox as well. Fluffy now following up. Goes high. Following it up. Gets a little too high on that ball. Now Mal going to take it back. At the 50, he's going to get it. Miss a shot. Hughes now taking it from Tox, who takes it from him.
And what a dunk there by Mal. Once again, putting themselves in a good position and finding opportunity and making it strike. That's what you like to see. Mal might have made a small mistake on that rotation earlier in this game, but since then has capitalized on all the opportunities given, getting big booms downfield for goals, and then booming it right in front of goal, all in the same. Either way, they are out here to strike and to make big plays.
1 minute left on the clock. Mal gonna hit it up. Let it drop to Fluffy. Gonna take it. Hits it up a little too high. Tox now taking it. Hits it to Gatman. Gonna launch it down to the corner. Tox with a shot to Views, who saves it. Now he's gonna follow it up. Take it slow. Gets it centered, but Mal's gonna hit it away.
I'll say this, although the Superiors are down by 2, they're still looking pretty good right now. And with 30 seconds remaining, I can see them getting another goal here. I don't believe they're going to be able to get 2 before that clock strikes. They definitely stand the chance. At least bring it back 1, get that confidence a little bit more in order. Or at least just don't allow the Atlas to score. Just make sure you hold the tempo, because right now they're not looking bad. They're doing pretty good, rotating. It seems like they're communicating and they're working well together. But they just need to make sure that they can hold the Atlas, because the series isn't over. Atlas are definitely going to go up 1 more. They're going to be up 2-1 in this series. But I Superiors definitely taking the chance to be able to bring it back. And right there was a close opportunity, but barely missed. And the Atlas definitely take game 3 in this best of 5, putting them up 2-1. And now I'm curious to see what's going to happen. It looks like there's a sub happening for the Atlas. Buster is going to be subbing in. So we're going to have a momentary adjustment here. You guys just hang tight. But I will say this, with that adjustment, I'm definitely feeling a little bit more for the Superiors right now. To have that mid-game adjustment when the Atlas have been holding steady, that they must feel pretty confident. Otherwise, maybe they just really got to go. Gatman must have a hot date. So best of luck with your hot date, my friend. But I'll say this, Mal definitely continued to step it up. They lost Gat, which was a huge component to the success there in that series so far. And now we're going to see if the Superiors can turn it around. Let's see if Fluffy can step it up a little bit more going to the next game. Superiors definitely outshot the Atlas, but they just couldn't capitalize overall, unfortunately. So as we get ready for game 4, are you still feeling like we're going to be able to get to a game 5 right now there, Red Flame? Or do you think the Atlas are just going to shut the Superiors down and shut our mouths?
I'm saying it's going to game 4. My bad, it's going to game 5.
It's definitely going to game 4.
I have a strong feeling that the Superiors are going to take this one.
I have a 100% feeling that it's going to game 4.
Yeah, something about it. It just might.
All right, and Fluffy gets stunted there, but Views gets the shot on just high. Pierce almost able to set the tone early, which they have not been able to do since game 1. Last 2 games, Atlas have struck first, and they struck early within the first, I'd say, 30 seconds for both of their goals. We'll see what will happen here as Buster James comes in for Gatman.
Now getting it past Buster, Talk's gonna take it alongside, putting it back towards his own half. Resetting himself now, taking it up to midfield. Fluffy not quite able to make it up enough, but Fuse doesn't quite make the save, and Tox is gonna get it in.
And Atlas doing a great job there. Tox driving it down the field, getting a beautiful 50 on Views, and getting it just into that corner. The defender can do all they can to try to stop that one, but that was a certain goal. Beautiful play there. And now Fluffy waits patiently, gets another shot on. Mal is there to save it. Now Views trying to get one back in front of goal, but Mal is there to drive it away.
Be taking it from Mal. Now Flo gonna go up with it. It's right to Buster. Mal gets a demo on Fluffy. He's gonna go up and gets the goal right over Mal's head.
We are now tied up. 3:46 on the clock. Views, beautiful positioning and a great strike there. As we are now tied up, 3:46 on the clock. It is anybody's ball game, as it's been pretty much throughout this series. I understand that Atlas have definitely taken over game 2 and game 3. The Piers have not looked bad, especially there in game 3. I'd say game 2 got a little bit more away from them, but I felt game 3 they were definitely a lot more cohesive, and now they're starting to build on that promise that was coming from game 3, and they are up by 1, 3:31 on the clock. This is their first lead that they had since game 1.
Definitely saying something right here. 2-1, 3:30 left on clock. Flo gives it to Fluffy, centers it for Views, and it's in within 5 seconds of the start.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not blink, because the Superiors are striking fast out here as they want to go to game 5. Reed said we're going to game 5. They agree it to be a possibility, because I can't confirm it quite yet, because there's still 3 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. As much as I want to be that confident we're going to game 5, I've seen what the Atlas can do, and it really just comes down to the Superiors really just holding on at this point.
And also, don't forget, your prediction was for game 5. Mine was for game 4.
That is true.
Mine's already busted. Hughes now
We'll
takes
see.
it to Fluffy. Hughes following it up. Gonna try to hit a flipper set. Fluffy now hits it centered. Now Flo gonna try to get a shot. Not quite able to. Tox gonna miss the ball first time. Passes it to Mal. Hughes goes in, hits it to the wall. Tox now getting it past Views. Fluffy, I believe. Now Buster gonna take it from Flo. Going across into corner. Tox is gonna get it past Fluffy. Flo gonna take it past Mal, and it's gonna lay in that corner.
Tox pushes it upfield. Views is there. Hops it up. Gets it off the ceiling. Gets the downward shot. Now Fluffy gets right back in front of goal again, as it got denied by the defender once again. Listen here, Buster. That was a beautiful clear down the field.
Flo with the shot. Following it up. Gets it off the backboard to Views. Gonna try to pass it back on the wall again. Not quite there. Mal going up. Hits it a little weirdly. Tox now gonna hit it far on the roof. Views tries to hit it down. Tox is there. Now Fluffy gonna take it in corner. Mal's gonna hit it back. Gonna follow it up, but Views is there to take it from him. It gets stopped by Buster.
Tox now in the corner, tries to leave it down for his teammate Mal, who cannot find the angle. Tries to get another shot on it. It is denied. Now Buster James gets a chance, cannot get the angle. There's a lot happening towards midfield, but now it is right back on the defender's line once again, as Superiors are starting to get backed up a little bit more into a corner here by the Atlas, as they're starting to take more shot attempts on goal. They've only been able to do 3 thus far. Superiors have already had 8. And Mal with the shot on goal, denied there by Views.
Fluffy now following it up. Passing it kind of to him and Flo. Tox gonna hit it backwards. Views is there. Gonna try to get a double tap on it. A triple. And it's just a little too high for him to make it in. Now Flo gonna go up, hits it up, mixes with Buster. Now Mal gonna take it on a wall. Hits it to Fuse, who's gonna take it over goal. And hits it right off Buster's car.
Tox with a little touch on it. Puts it towards midfield. Flo now drives it down the field. Fluffy tries to get a shot on goal, misses. Tox is there to get the clear downfield. View's gonna get the touch, forces it into the corner. But a beautiful shot there from the angle. Beautiful shot there from the corner from Tox. Fortunately, did not land. And now Fluffy puts it up. And it looks like time will look to expire as they're still continuing to keep it alive.
And it drops for game. It is 2-2 for the series, and we are going to game 5.
I will say this, Buster James, you're no Gat Man, but you definitely had a couple of good clears where you were trying to play the defensive to the best of your ability. But I'm telling you, the Superiors have a much greater chance now after seeing Gatman not in that game 4. I feel very confident now. Superiors could, in fact, take this game 5 as I predicted before the game started. Look at that stat line. You'll see the Superiors had 9 shots on goal. Atlas had 4 shots on goal. So they were definitely stunted in their offensive opportunities. We'll see if they can turn that around here in game 2. Maybe or game 5. Get some more things going. Get a little bit more in rhythm. And just continue to put the pedal to the metal. You're going to have to get more team plays. And I think that's the rhythm to go here if you are the Atlas.
Definitely going into game 5. Fresh 5 minutes on the clock. Kickoff is going to go in favor of the Superiors. With Fluffy following it up, gets stopped by Tox. Gonna try to do something with it. Unable to hit it quite well. Views gets it, and Flo shoots it in for a 13-second goal.
And a beautiful clear there by Flo to get the defender out of the way, and Fluffy, or sorry, that was Flo, gets the goal. Views gets the clear, and Flo gets the goal. That's what you like to see. Some great team play right there.
Gets it up. Tox taking it from him in corner. Gonna hit over goal. Fluffy gonna save it on the way over. Mal now gonna try to hit it away from Views. Does. And now Buster with the clear. Fluffy's gonna hit it back. Buster now taking it again. Hits it to Tox. Mal's gonna try to take it, but it does get cleared away by, I believe that was Views.
Views gets into the corner. Fluffy with the shot. Bar down and none as Toxic gets the clear. Flo now trying to put it down to Views. Views gets it off the sidewall, gets another shot on it, but Tox clears it away from entering the front of that goal. Flo now puts it off the sidewall. A beautiful shot there by Views, and it's just wide of the goal. Fluffy now kicking it back to Flo. Flo gets another touch on it. Now Views jumps up, but denied by Mal. Buster James now trying to bring it down the field, and Views puts it into the corner and starts to drive it away.
3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock still. It's only 1 goal for both teams. It's going into Superior's goal. Views now going to bring it across field. Gets it past and sets it up for Flo to hit it in.
Superior's up 2-0, 3:20 on the clock. It is looking good for the Superiors. Unfortunately, not so good for the Atlas as they tried to get the defend and kicked it right in front of goal.
2-0, 3:20 on the clock. Gonna go in favor of the Atlas this time. Mal gonna hit it up towards goal. Fluffy with the save. Tox gonna try to go up and get something, but doesn't quite hit it. Views now getting it past Mal. Goes to the wall. Flo's gonna make a shot, but Buster James is gonna save it. And now Tox gonna take it back across the field.
Nice grab there by Fluffy, puts it up. Flo grabs it, drives it down towards the 50, gets pushed back by the defender, right back near the offensive. And now Mal meets Fluffy, gets pinched back into the opposing corner. Now Tox grabs hold. There's a chance here, and Tox finishes it. We are now in a position where the Atlas are starting to claw their way back.
2-1, 2:33 on the clock. Definitely looking like a comeback might happen for the Atlas, but also could be a comeback in the series for the Superiors. Flo is gonna take it, gets it on the wall, takes it past 50. Tox gonna take it away from him, brings it all the way back down in the corner views now. Gets it down, Mal does take it. Buster gonna try to do something with it, gets past Fluffy, but Flo is gonna take it from him.
Flo leads it down towards Views. Views puts it off the back wall. Almost able to get a shot on goal there by Fluffy. Now Tox take it all the way down the field, almost going the distance there. Buster over to Tox. And Flo just gets in between them and slows them down.
1 minute 40 seconds left on the clock. Going back towards Superior's goal. Flo is there to save it. View's now gonna hit it sideways. Buster's gonna try to get it towards goal. Does go there, but Flo's gonna stop it. Now Fluffy's gonna hit it away. Buster taking it at midfield, gonna try to do something with it, but Flo is there to hit it back in the corner.
Mal gets met by Views, gets pushed into the opposite corner as Buster James pinches it up now towards midfield. Flo grabs it, pushes it right back. Mal there to get the defend and push it away from the front of goal, but Fluffy's trying to get it right back, and Tox pushes it away.
Buster James with the clear. Going all the way back. Almost in goal, but View with a good save. Fluffy gonna try to get it away. They do. Now Buster James gonna try to get it away. Goes all the way back to goal. Buster is gonna get demoed by Fluffy. Now Mal hitting it towards goal. Flo is there to get it away. Tox gonna try to do something, but Fluffy is there as well, going all the way back to an open net.
They tried to get an aggressive push there. It did not work for them, and now the Superiors are up by 2. 22 seconds remaining on the clock. If you're the Atlas, I don't know if you're going to be able to do it right now. I'd like to believe it, but knowing that you don't have your normal team in rotation and that you're working with a sub you don't normally play with, it really makes me feel that the Superiors have a much greater chance at holding this down with 10 seconds remaining.
Seconds left. Tox gonna try to get it in goal. Fluffy with a save, and it's gonna drop for game 5, going in favor of the Superiors.
I'll say this, it's been a little while since I've been right about a prediction. I'll tell you that. Haven't casted in like a month because I had my birthday and then I had the 4th of July going on. But we'll say this, that was a series to come back to. Superiors, I wouldn't call it necessarily an upset. These teams are fairly even if you ask me, but they were able to just inch it away, and I think it was that adjustment. Otherwise, I think the Atlas would have had that one personally. They were gaining the momentum. They were really pushing forward. But once they took Gat out of play, I think that's when it really changed stuff. So really curious to see what's going to happen as we continue to move forward. Our next series is just around the corner. That will, in fact, be the St. Paul Senators going up against, my apologies on this one, I had the stats here. It is the Fargo Steelhawks. So Mankato just lost to the Duluth Superiors, and now we're about to see the St. Paul Senators take on the Fargo Steelhawks. Who do you have in this one? We're going to give you a little bit of time to ponder over the thought as we take a quick break, and we'll be just back here shortly.
lost time, gotta rent a car, gotta stay a while. If I don't move ahead, then I get stuck behind. I'm at a friend's place, gonna stick around. The puzzle pieces fit for now. The things you said replay loud. There are people outside living their lives. Thousands of stories move through times. Only one face on my mind. All I want is you. All I want is you.
One touch was enough, got you thinking of 3 words that you can't say. Too soon to be real, things you shouldn't feel, got you walking my way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our second series of the night here in week 10 of Midwest Championship Series. I am Joseph the Voice coming back to you with Red Flame. How are you feeling after that first series there, Red Flame?
Expected. Went the way that I expected, just a game longer than I expected. Your prediction ended up true, and just how they usually do, maybe?
No, I'm pretty sure if we did a tally of how many times I've been right to wrong this season, I feel like I put my foot in my mouth too many times. But with that being said, I still got a fun time doing it. It's not about me being right, it's about being proved wrong sometimes, and I'll take that. So with that being said, I'm ready to see some people prove me wrong as we get ready for our LAN here in just a couple weeks. We have our major right around the corner. It'll be a 2-week major, and then we'll be rolling into our LAN on August 17th and 18th at the University of River Falls. So you're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to grab a link. You're going to want to get your ticket, maybe even get yourself a jersey, and you're going to want to support your way through the finals. Unfortunately, if you order a jersey now, it has already passed that deadline, but you can still get it and support going into the rest of the season. If you look at that major point distribution, you'll see too that the points are even heavier as we move forward. They are no joke. 71 points alone if you grab a first place finish, which is saying a lot. So get ready, get your caps on, and I'm telling you this, get your head in the game, because you're going to want to grab as many points as you can over these next few weeks, because only 8 teams make it to LAN. So one more time, those points are a lot of points, and it is very important for you to get a big finish here coming up in these next few weeks. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting ready for our second series of the night, which will be the St. Paul Senators going up against the Fargo Steelhawks. And it is to my understanding that both of these teams will be playing with a sub today. We will have the St. Paul Senators, which will be Papo, Blakester, tip of the hat to you, my friend, and Caesar going up against Fargo Steelhawks. Dorka will not be playing today, from my understanding, and it will be Ren, Blue, and Carl's Nuts. Yep. Oh, sorry. It will be not Ren. It will be Blank. A Link. My apologies. All right. So wait, so there's 2 adjustments coming in for the Steelhawks. So with that being said, actually, it makes me wonder if the Steelhawks will be able to take this victory today, as they are down a couple guys in this matchup. So I think I'm just going to go and say it. St. Paul Senators in 3. Let's go, baby.
I'm saying Senators in 4.
Well, prove me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Fargo Steelhawks, will we get some super subs into play today, or will we see something crazy happen? I'm not sure. Are you rooting for the Senators, or are you rooting for the Steelhawks? Only one team can come out on top, and who will that be? As Blue puts it up, and Papo puts it away with a beautiful clear.
Blakester now getting it past Carl. Blue now pushing it in front of goal, no one there to hit it in. Link gonna hit it up, bounces down to Papo. Carl now following it up, gets taken from by Caesar. They're gonna follow up, pass it to Blakester, but Link is there to clear it away. Now Papo taking it from him, but Blue gets a long clear.
And putting it near the front of that goal. Caesar's just going to grab it up and try to clear it away. But Carl stays aggressive. I will say this. The Steelhawks have been very aggressive already in this first minute of play. And they have had a good time of possession. But it does look like Blue is having some ping issues right now. We'll see if that comes into effect as we continue to play forward.
Making a shot towards goal. A little too far. There's Blue with the shot as well. These are trying to hit it away. Link goes up, misses it. Carl's gonna try to put it in front of goal again. Papo stops it. Blakester now clearing it away, following it up. Gets it past Blue, but Carl is there to stop it.
And Caesar's going to drive back to the corner and grab it up, try to push it away, but is met there by Carl with the shot on goal. Blakester with the save. Now Blakester downfield, tries to get a shot in, unfortunately flails away at it. Blakester still there, but Caesar grabs and tries to put it in front of goal. Oppo now with the shot just high. Carl with the save, pushing it away. And a clear down the field by Link as there's a demo by Caesar onto Link to try to slow down this tempo.
Taking it from Papo. Caesar is going to hit it back to midfield. Blakester gets it up. Blue's going to stop it, but still goes back up to Caesar. Off the backboard center, Blue's going to hit it away from Papo. Blakester's going to try to center it again. Gets it under Link, but Carl is there to hit it away. But Papo is going to hit it back in the corner where Carl is.
Carl tries to drive it away, gets met by the defender, gets pinched away towards midfield. Caesar puts it towards the corner. Papo with one, gets two, pushes it high of the goal. Now Caesar pushes it back. No teammate there as they make a defensive push backwards to try to make sure they do not get a goal. Too easy here for the Steelhawks. Caesar now trying to push it into the corner.
Blue now driving it alongside, gets it past Papo. Not past Caesar though. Caesar passes it to Papo, who passes it to Blakester. Off the back wall, Caesar tries to get it. Link gets it first. Now Papo gets it past Blue. But Link is there to hit it away, but still goes on, and Carl is the one that ends up clearing it.
Caesar and Carl meet each other near that back wall. Now Caesar and Blue meet each other. Caesar's doing a great job defensively right now. Being the sub, he's definitely filling the role that's needed.
Blakester now hitting it out of corner. Caesar gonna take it from him. Driving along the wall. Gets it on the Carl. Carl's gonna turn around. Blake is there. Not Blakester. Papo is there to clear it. Across goal. Now Link gonna try to get it back to the other side. He does get it in the corner. Blakester does take it from him, but Blue is there to reverse it.
And Papo driving it down the field. Fakes out the defender. Does not fake out the second. Blakester pushes it up. Blue pushes it right back. And now Caesar trying to drive it down the field with it clear. Nothing in the tank. Immediately gets that mid boost. And now Carl trying to get a shot on. Met by Blakester and pushed away.
Papo now taking it from Blue. Carl's gonna go up for it. Blakester does go up for it. Gets it into goal. And Carl is not able to stop it quite fast enough.
And a beautiful shot downfield. And the Senators are up to start out game one with only 34 seconds remaining.
Blue wins the kickoff for the Steelhawks. Blakester tries to get it, gets it stolen by Carl. Now Caesar is gonna go up, passes it to Blakester in a way. Blakester's gonna get it past Link. Carl is there to get it past him. Link gets it down. Caesar's there to clear it away to Blakester. They go to Carl. Gets it past Blakester. Papo is there, and it drops for game after it gets hit by Caesar.
Senators take game one in this best of 5. We'll see if they can continue to ride forth, or will they get stunted by the Steelhawks. Steelhawks looked very aggressive there to start out the game. 7 shots on goal in the end, and only 4 shots on goal for the Senators. So definitely saw a lot more aggressive push there for the Steelhawks to start it out, but then they started to taper. They got spread thin, and then they got pushed around a bit. And you just could not see them strike to be able to bring back to even. So I'm really curious to see if the Senators are going to continue this tempo or what's going to happen. The Steelhawks were playing fairly impressive, being down 2 of their main players for this team. I'm curious to see if they can continue to hold on the way that they did.
Going into game 2, feeling like the St. Paul Senators are gonna have more of a advantage, mainly in their confidence, having just won the first game. But we will see as it starts game 2.
And game 2 set forth and on its way. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Blakester grabs hold. Looks to get a reset. Does not actually. Just gets underneath. Now Caesar's there. Grabs it from the 50. Carl grabs it. Puts it off the back wall. Papo with a good push to get it back towards midfield. Caesar with the save already here. And staying on top of it, continuing to drive it down the field. Not much in the tank, but that will not stop him.
Blakester now backing it up. Carl takes it kind of from him. Papo stops it from going further. Caesar hits it up, down centered in front of goal. Blue's gonna get it across the side fast. Blakester now trying to get it past Blue. He gets it past Blue and Carl. Blue is gonna follow it up, get it back all the way across. Caesar's there getting it across the goal. Following it through, gets it right into Blue. Hits it down into Papo. And Carl's gonna take it right past him.
And they get met at even. It gets pushed down the field by Papo. Carl tries to get a back pass going there, but kind of stumps it. And now Carl trying to stay on top of it. 2 defenders in front of him. Carl towards Blue. Blue with the shot and Blakester with the save.
Caesar getting it past Carl, but does get demoed. Now in corner, Blakester's gonna get it past Blue and Carl. Link is there to get right back towards goal. Caesar does get the clear though. Carl is there, hits it back, and gets demoed by Blakester. Papo now getting it past Blue, gets it all the way to corner. Caesar there, gonna almost get it past, barely get it past Link. Now Blue on roof, gonna hit it down, tries to pass to Carl, but Blakester's there to pass it, hit it into a wall, goes to Papo, back to Caesar, to Carl, to Blue who hits it away.
Papo gets it up, trying to get back to it. It's met by Link. Now Caesar gets a pass down. Teammate not there. Blakester takes the defensive. Now Blakester trying to push it down the field. Met by Carl. A lot happening with these teams right now. Steelhawks already with 4 shots on goal. Surprisingly, Senators have only had 1. Blue with a shot, bar, and unfortunately not down and in.
Gonna try to get that back towards goal. Blakester does hit it up away from him. Now Carl's gonna make a shot towards the corner. Blakester is there to get it all the way back down to the other corner. Blue trying to get a shot towards goal, gets it hit away by Caesar. Caesar, I believe, gets saved too. Now up at midfield, Papo gonna try to hit it towards Blakester. Blakester gets it towards goal, but a little bit too high and wide. Carl gets it back to the opposing goal.
And Caesar pinches it off the side while Blakester's there, tries to get a double tap on it. Cannot get the second. Now Link with the shot just high. Caesar pushes it away with another save. That is his 3rd save. He is our savior for the Senators right now.
.30 left on clock, still 0-0. Link gonna try to get it far. Get it across the field. Blakester now. Midfield's gonna hit it back above Link. Now Carl's gonna hit it away. Caesar taking it to Blue. Papo hitting it down to Blakester. Hits it all the way back to goal. Gets it past Link. Finally up, hits it straight up. Papo now. Right to Link. Takes it right away from him, but Caesar is there to hit it back.
Blakester pushes it across. Link grabs it, puts it up. Papo is there to bring it right back the opposing way. Caesar tries to get up, but it gets pushed away by the defender. I believe that was Blue that was up top there. Now Carl trying to drive it down the field. Not much left in the tank. Gets a full boost fuel right there. And now Link is on the opposing side also with a good amount in his tank, but I don't think he has the help. Carl tries to get there, but was just not able to get there in time.
Midfield, Caesar's gonna go up for it. Link does get it first. Blakester now getting it off the wall. Carl's gonna hit it into corner. Gonna follow up along the wall. Caesar is there, hits it up. Papo's gonna try to hit it in the direction of goal. Blakester hits it there, but it drops for overtime.
I'm just gonna say this game too is feeling very lackadaisical. It feels like a Sunday stroll. Feels like they're just out there playing Rocket League. Like nobody necessarily is too worried about if they score. They're gonna try to score, but it doesn't feel like there's been a real firm attempt at trying to get one in the back of net right now. So one team is gonna have to do it as we are now in overtime here in game 2. Who will be the one that steps it up?
Papo now pushing across goal. Gonna hit it again. Caesar is gonna hit it. Blakester with a shot. Now Caesar's gonna try to get it in, but barely saved by Carl. Papo now bring it back right there. Blue hits it back. Blakester hits a shot, and Caesar with a goal to take game 2.
I'm honestly gonna say that was a really cool shot attempt there. Unfortunately, they didn't get it that first time, but they stayed persistent. And now the Senators are up 2-0 in this series. And I'm hoping that they can shut it down here in game 3, as they have shown that they are just slightly better than the Steelhawks right now. But I'm telling you this, with the way the Steelhawks are playing, I can still see this going the distance.
Certainly, just as we predicted it. You predicted 3 for the Senators. I predicted 4 for the Senators. Hopefully the Steelhawks can at least get 1, but if not, still would go in your prediction.
I'll tell you this, they did get 7 shots on goal, and they were not able to get one in the back of net. Senators only took 4 shots on goal, were able to get 1 in net. So really comes down to just being able to strike when you need it. So you can't just flail the ball away at the goal. You got to be very intentful about your shots. And if you got to put together or string together some type of team play to try to outwit the defenders, then do so. But I'll tell you this, I was not very impressed for majority of that game too, in terms of just, I felt like both teams, like I said, were kind of just throwing the ball around. It was very leisurely. It didn't feel like either team was being too assertive in any situation. And it wasn't until overtime that really felt that the Senators were like, all right, we got to finish this game now. We got to do it, otherwise the game's never going to end.
Going into game 3, looks like kickoff going to go in favor of the Senators. Caesar now pushing it towards goal. Carl there to hit it away. Papo hits it right back towards goal. Blakester tries to get a shot, but Blue is there for a save. Now Caesar with a shot a little far to the left, right. And then hitting it down to Papo. It in the corner, centers it, but Blue gets it first. Going back, Blakester hits it away from goal in the corner where he follows through and hits it across field.
Blakester driving it down the field. Defenders getting it past 2. Quick turnaround, poke play right there. Now Blue puts it up. Papo is there, however, and is trying to get it down the field. Blue grabs it right back up, tries to get a shot on goal. Papo there once again to slow it down. Caesar puts it across. Blakester now trying to get in position to slow down the defender. Now it is going back the other way as intended. Blakester now pushes it towards midfield for Papo. Papo tries to get it past Link. It's now in the corner. We got a demo. A goal to go with it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Senators strike early in this one with only 1:05 off the clock.
1:03:55 on the clock. Quick goal for the Senators. Maybe gonna take it in 3, possibly, as they win kickoff as well. I think hitting it back in the corner. Carl's gonna follow it up. It goes straight to Blakester. Blue now hitting it back in his own goal.
Unfortunate. That is not what you want to see right now, as they've already been struggling a little bit to get ahead in this one. They're looking at 3 potential shutouts in a row. Actually, my apologies. We went into overtime. But yeah, 2 potential shutouts in a row here.
35 left on the clock. 2-0 in favor of the Senators. Carl's gonna try to go up, hit that down. Go straight to Caesar. Hits it right off while Blakester's there, but Blue hits it across away from him. Link now hitting it up to Blue. Gonna get a weird hit on it, but Link follows back. Gets it and centered for Carl, and he hits it in.
They said no shutout for us. We are coming right back. And let's see if they can turn around and tie it. There's still 3:13 on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, Steelhawks starting to get a little bit momentum. They're spreading their wings. Let's see what happens.
Blue winning the kickoff for the Fargo Steelhawks. Papo gonna save it from barely going in that corner. Papo gonna go hit it right towards goal. Carl with the save. Back to Papo. Caesar with the shot. Blue is there with the save. Blue now gonna try to get it cleared to goal side. Blakester there to slow it down, but Link follows it up. Gets demoed by Blakester, but Caesar is able to hit it back towards midfield.
Now they drive it across the field. Link steals it away. Carl is up, tries to get a double tap here. Cannot get back to it as Papo pushes it away. Now Papo aims to try to get a shot on goal here. Link is there and gets the save. Papo able to get it past almost all 3 of the defenders on that one.
These are now hitting towards goal. A little bit too far to the left. Centering it this time for Blakester, who shoots it right in for a goal.
We'll see. Do the Steelhawks have what it takes right now to come back in this series? I personally that the Senators have this one on lockdown, as they are up by 2, and they are just continuing every time the Steelhawks think they can get a little bit back. The Senators just find a way to push ahead just a little bit further. And there's another one from Blakester. That's a hat trick. 3 for 3, almost with a hat trick and a save here. Still needs one more save in this one.
An amazing flip reset right at the end for the goal. Up by 3, 2 minutes left on the clock. Kickoff goes in favor of the Steelhawks. Blakester quickly pulling it up, gets it past Link. Passes it to Caesar. Centers it, but Carl is there to hit it back towards wall. Papo now hitting it cross goal. Link passes it down. Blakester is there to hit it to Papo, who bumps Carl. Lets Caesar get to it, but Link gets there first, who clears it back to corner.
Red Flame, it's my favorite time of that night. A parent has appeared in the chat. We have a wild parent in the chat, everybody. Blakester's mom. Can we please give a shout out to Blakester's mom for bringing such an amazing individual into this world? We appreciate you for everything that you do and all of your support. Thank you to the family, and we hope to see you around for the future. Hopefully Blakester can make his way out to that land, which he already sees being a very, very optimal opportunity, seeing as they're already leading. I think they're 3rd right now in the overall standings. It really just comes down to what happens in this next event. And honestly, right now, they're looking really good. The Senators are looking like a really strong team. So if they make it out to land, I would love to shake your hand.
Up by 4, 5-1. 1 minute left on the clock. Coming down to the wire. Definitely possible for an overtime, but getting pretty slim if they don't start scoring soon.
Absolutely, as Caesar tries to get it past Carl there. And Carl gets a shot on, and we are now itching a little closer. 47 seconds on the clock, but I don't think there's enough time, personally, especially with the way the Senators have been playing, for the Steelhawks to get 3 goals here so quickly.
Gotta cast it though, especially with time left. 45 seconds, a lot of time. Especially when it comes to games like these. Stuff can happen really fast. in games like these.
Ooh, and another one almost in the back of that net there for Papo. Caesar now gets a shot. And now Caesar's trying to get a hat trick of his own here with 28 seconds remaining. He now has 2 on the board.
6-2. 28 seconds left. Time is running out, but Blue wins the kickoff again for the Fargo Steelhawks. Papo now following it up, gets it past Link, goes in the corner though. Lankster takes it from Blue, goes to the opposite corner. Carl's gonna try to hit it somewhere, but Caesar is there to hit it down. Papo hits it in the corner. 5 seconds left. Carl is gonna try to get it somewhere. Time is up. Caesar hits it towards goal, and scores it for 7-2 game in favor of the Steelhawks. Not Steelhawks, Senators, my bad.
I just want to say this. I said Senators in 3. I said I feel Caesar's still going to get this hat trick. It's been a good night for me. I have been right a few times tonight, and third time's a charm. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a great series. And I just want to say real quick to Blakester's mom, if you want to know why I'm so excited that you're here, I am an educator. I work with students from 5th grade all the way up to the high school level, trying to get them inputted, involved, and engaged with esports on various different levels. I run JTV Entertainment. I am a partner of this league, and it just gets me really excited when I see families supporting their students, supporting our cause, supporting this effort that we have put together here with Midwest Championship Series. There's a lot of people that come together to try to make this a fruition, and it's been really fun just being a part of the growth that's happened here, seeing everything happening, seeing all the different names that flood in and then move on to different and more exciting things in life. There's a lot of people here that work really hard. So to see, families coming out and supporting and showing that love really does mean a lot to me. So I just want to say congratulations to the Senators for taking that series 3-0. You did a great job. Blakester came in with a hot hand there at the end and did a phenomenal job. Overall, the Senators played very well. Steelhawks, though, I will give you a tip of the hat because you still held on very well throughout that series, although it did get away from you from time to time. Still very proud of that overall performance. So, Red Flame, how are you feeling about that second series of the night?
Pretty simple. Went one way all 3 games, and it just simple game, quick game.
Absolutely. And we're looking forward to seeing how things continue to play throughout the night. We still have plenty of series still left to go. We have the Minneapolis Miracles taking on the Chicago Jungle. And then we have the Des Moines Derecho taking on the Green Bay Knights. This will be my last cast of the night, as well as Red Flames. I hope all of you have a wonderful night. Stick around because there is still plenty more Rocket League still to be had. And do not forget that the next 2 weeks we have our upcoming major, which will be 2 weeks long, that will lead into our August 17th and 18th LAN at the University of River Falls. So I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and I look forward to seeing you around for some more Rocket League as we continue here for Midwest Championship Series.
Higher than before, you take me to a fourth dimension. Left me wanting more. I don't want this to end yet. Higher than before, you take me to a fourth dimension. Left me wanting more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Midwest Championship Series Rocket League. Can't figure out why this link is working for me, but it wasn't working for Red Flame, so I guess it's just me because I'm better. But regardless, me and Clash are going to bring you some more Rocket League action as usual. It's a Challenger Friday, so that means we have lots of things to discuss. But
yes,
before we get to that, we need to be the bearer of bad news and say that Clash did lose tonight. Sorry to say that. Clash,
yeah,
it's been a theme for me for the past 2 seasons, so I feel for you, my friend. But taking a look at the schedule, Miracles and the Jungle. I want the Miracles to win this, I really do. But at the same time, it will be very difficult for them, sure, because this Jungle team has been on kind of a tear. After that roster trade window, made kind of one move and really haven't looked back since. We'll see what they bring to the table here, but anything you're looking out for, Clash?
yeah. I mean, like you said, that roster move is a big change. Thermal has been looking great on that roster. I believe I was in a scrim with them when they were trying out Thermal. They asked me how it was afterwards, and they did very well against us, and it was just a great. It's a better fit than the rosters that they had earlier this season, and their record being 9-5 right now. It's I don't think it shows how good they can be. That being said, the Miracles all the way down in 12th, they're still 7-7, so like they're no slouch either. I think this is going to be a good matchup. I guess I'll bring us into predictions. I think Jungle do take it, but I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be in 5 in favor of Jungle.
I'm gonna go with the Miracles in 4.
You gotta go Miracles.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean they've
No
been
bias,
playing with Busy for a bit now.
Mhm.
Has been subbing out for a majority of the season, so we'll see what we get out of them. But I'll go ahead and send these guys on their way. But really just to look out for the end of the season. Lots of games still left to go. Obviously, we're in the last week of the season, but we are coming up on that major, and we'll continue to talk about it even tomorrow for the couple matches that we'll get to see for Premier. But we'll continue to talk about the fact that this is the crunch time, so to speak, Clash for the season. We took a bit of a break, an extended break, so teams are on low hours. Not necessarily everybody is on low hours, but it doesn't mean you've been playing for a majority of the season, but it just means that you had a bit of a break to regroup and maybe change some things up. But we'll see what we get out of this jungle team. But Miracle's going to score first here in about 22 seconds, so a good start for them. But it'll be interesting to see what the jungle bring to the table. Now, I mean, we were talking about the Miracles being 7-7. The jungle, what are sitting right now at
9-5.
9-5 in 7th place. So they're in a good point in the season. But Minneapolis, they kind of need this win to stay in contention to, like Joseph talked about, to stay in contention for the season. They need to get into that 8th spot, and a great major run will do that, and I have faith in them to do that. But at the same time, you're putting all the pressure on one tournament and one screw up, Clash, and your season is over.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just rely on a major win or major second place, major even 3rd and 4th. Every team realizes that major is so important, but it's going to come down to those middle places and everything like that. So, like, obviously, if you make those top spots, it's going to be very likely, if not guaranteed, that you're going to make land. But the difference between making bracket, making that second week, and not is going to be huge. So. And every point at this point matters for that difference. So obviously, yeah, both teams really looking for that. Jungle are still in contention for top 4 even. Miracles, if they get first or second in the major, are still in contention for it too, but it's not super likely, as another one might be going in for the Miracles. That one goes missing, unfortunately. I guess we can start talking a little bit about the gameplay instead of all this other stuff, but yeah, Miracles have been looking good so far. They've been playing physical and getting a lot of offensive chances.
Yeah. Slip up that wall, not a ton of boost to his name. Can't stay on it. Reese will play by him and play by another. Off the backboard, Thermal, the follow-up. doesn't make contact on it. Slip's back pass goes right to Busy. Slip will eat the demo in result of that. So extended time for Minneapolis to get on that counterattack. A good clear down the field. Now you're putting pressure again on Thermal and the jungle. And Pay with kind of an open opportunity, an open shot to take something away, and didn't get enough on it. Another committed to that corner. The pinch comes out from Eli, and all the way down the field, it might be a chance for the jungle to tie off the ceiling. They can't get the second touch to go. Paydirt, one more over. Eli won't let him have it. And just killing time are the Miracles in the front half of the box of Chicago and not letting the jungle out.
Yeah, lots of pressure coming out, and I did notice, I mean, Reese actually is a sub for the jungle. We got ISO out, Reese in, but Reese is a very good player for Rising Star right now. I don't think, though they're missing a little bit with ISO, it's not going to be not going to be a huge loss because they got Reese replacing him. So not too worried for the jungle here, but obviously any sub can make a difference. That chemistry that you've built throughout the season it just isn't going to be quite as solid with a sub coming in, but jungle trying to press here as they have some pressure going. Lots of misses on the goal line as it falls dangerously, but Reese trying to get a double tap. He's gonna, and this one's going to be on target. Great shot by Reese.
Just talking about him right now, and makes himself known in the lobby. A good turn and a good double off the backboard, and no chance for the Miracles defense to get back and let that one fly over your head and move on from it, because that just means you need a better performance in the second half of this game. Reese has got a second right off the kickoff, and it's a 2-1 advantage now for Chicago. What in the world happened here for Busy? And Slip kind of gets caught a little bit too far forward, expecting Busy's essentially 50-50 to go in a different direction, and all it takes is 1 second pretty much, and they're already down in the game and looking at possibly being down in the series if they're not careful.
Yeah, unfortunately, that just can happen sometimes on the kickoff. If it's not one slightly forward, and it's one slightly back instead, it can just go right over your head. And usually that last defender, unless they go straight back to net, isn't going to be there in time. That would have been a chance for the Miracles as they're trying to get this one back. They do still need to get a goal. They only have 50 seconds to do so. Paydirt trying to get this one past the defense isn't able to. But Thermal wants nothing to do with that and is trying to attack on the other side of the field.
Double commit from Minneapolis in that corner. Paydirt will shut that down. Reese will turn. Free catch for him. Shut down again, though, by Minneapolis. Busy with a shot on target. Thermal has to come off the backboard. He was being chased on that back line. They were looking to remove him from the field, and if they did, they probably would have scored there and tied the game, but Busy off the backboard. We'll get the demo. Open net, and kind of a sacrificial play again from Slip. He just steps in front of the demo and doesn't allow that rotating player in Eli to get back, and tight squeeze there with 22 seconds left, and Busy's able to make it work.
Yeah, Eli getting bumped there did hurt, but I'm not sure if he was even getting back in time. I was trying to figure out where that other defender was, but he wasn't able to get back in time, and I mean, clearly Miracles will take that, but Jungle want this one back because they have this one on target, almost off the crossbar. Instead, trying to get another one on target, not able to, as Paydirt deals with it well on his own corner. Slip not able to really challenge this. They're on 0 boost on the back line. Thermal not able to get back to this one, and we have overtime.
Game 1 overtime is a little bit of an anomaly. It doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it usually treats us well. See if that keeps to its namesake. Reese with 2 goals already in the series and having a good step-up performance with Slip off the backboard. Going to find Paydirt, and maybe a pop touch to himself. Can't really get it to work, though, as Jungle again going to have to play some defense. Busy into that corner. Will sit on the 50. Reese will have it shut down, and Slip won't be able to fall on the ball. Chooses not to. Saves his boost. Paydirt, good first touch. Flip reset chance. Will scoop it off the backboard. Busy's there for the follow-up, and the Jungle kind of pile themselves in front of that, hoping to stay on it, and they do, and able to get out of the clear as a result. That bounce is not going to be nice to Minneapolis. Busy's going to collect it and calm it down, and a minute into overtime and a couple chances for the Miracles right away, and they got to get out of their half, though, to get another one.
Lots of lots of back and forth going on. Not as much pressure as I would hope for, but that's okay. That's just game one. It's overtime. They're feeling each other out. No team wants to overcommit. Pater trying to get this one out, not able to. Met at the midfield. Pater back on this one, hits it out. Doesn't get the touch quite wanted, but is able to get it far enough to slip. Lost possession though is Miracles as Jungle try to push this one back out. Eli just gets a touch to kind of delay the push for Miracles, but they're coming now as Y Busy beats one defender. Pater up. Met well by Eli. Slip trying to take this one solo. He has a defender on the back wall, but he's low boost. Thermal cleans up well as his team is trying to recover for boost. Everyone's low on the Jungle right now, but as it's all the way in the Miracles half, they should have plenty of time to recover. Slip trying to take some control here, but he has a teammate right on his butt, and not able to get the clear here is Breeze. Trying to push this one back forward. He might be able to get this one middle. Not quite able to. Slip dealt with it well. Pater trying to push this one forward. This it is on target. That one should have been dealt with. Not dealt with well enough as Y Busy cleans this one up.
And a big play there for the Miracles is Busy will get that open net pretty much, and unfortunate for the excuse me, for unfortunate for the Jungle to deal with, but we'll see what we get as that game will end. And I mean, you have to think though that this Miracles team, with somewhat of a full roster, I mean, you could argue Busy's a third round challenger player, was picked quite high in Rising Star, so anything is possible when you basically have a third round player on your team. So I guess a sub is a sub, but has played up all season long, so has really gotten a ton of experience in Challenger, and it pays off in the upper leagues to be playing as many games as possible, because you're only going to get better, and then you got the improvements that are made in Clash. It'll go a long way, but we'll see what we get here out of this game number 2. Chicago played a pretty good game number 1, but just not good enough, and this one would be a detrimental loss for them for their season, because I mean, you really don't want to be going down from 7th place down to possibly 8th, but
yeah,
even then you need the points to differentiate yourself from the people around you, as they will catch Minneapolis out there off the backboard, and it'll drop down using that waterfall technique that some people like to play for, but regardless, it should be fairly interesting to see what we get. Is Thermal off the backboard. Good defense there from Eli in the line, as Reese will have that off the backboard. Eli going to commit on that and Slip a good turnaround touch. And, Slip, the really high pick here for Minneapolis, has made an impact all season long, but started in Premier, moved down to Challenger, and hasn't seen a ton of success. But again, we've been juggling our roster quite a bit, Clash, I will be honest. Had a lot of subs, a lot of movement around for our rosters. So, I mean, they've done pretty well for this season so far. But Chicago in 7th, really, I mean, with the season that franchise has had, they've been quite up and down. But for a majority, their best team has been in Challenger, and I mean, pretty solid so far here. Is 4:23 left and a 3-0 lead.
That isn't the time you've been talking. They've got 3 goals. I mean, Jungle started off this one hot. Obviously, not able to get that last one as they had a bit of a mistake on that last goal from the other game. But playing well is the Jungle, as clearly this game they are off to a really good lead, as they're trying to get another one. Eli almost able to get that one on target, but yeah, like you said, Slip coming down from Amir. I played a lot with him in Combines. I was hoping that he somehow might make it down to Challenger, but you gave him no chance at that by picking him so early in Premier. But now Jungle trying to come back here, as they're fixing their mistakes, playing cleanly in this first minute and 15 seconds. They have a big lead already.
I will say that picking Slip that early was not a mistake for me. I really, in really enjoy playing with him, and a great teammate for a lot of people. Anybody you talk to knows that Slip is a teammate you definitely want to have. It's just kind of a buff you get with when you're on the field with him, but sometimes things don't work out, and gotta make a decision off of that. But so far this has been all jungle in game 2. We'll see if Minneapolis can get anything going, but they look a little bit lost on the field on their rotations. A lot of plays where it seems like they're just not ready for what the jungle are throwing at them, kind of catching them lacking a little bit, and can't really be affording that in this point in the series if you want to go up 2-0. But still plenty of time to make a comeback here, but you gotta get on offense. A double from Eli off that corner will give Slip and Busy a chance to double commit. They do exactly that. Thermal over to Eli, can't make the contact, and Pater, as a result, will let Slip have it all. No boost to go, and can't stay on it, but we'll see what we get out of this Miracles team in the latter half of this game.
Yeah, Jungle just playing a very simple game right now. They're just so comfortable with the lead, and they are holding on to it. They don't want to overcommit. They've sent a couple attacks downfield, but that's pretty much it, and nothing too aggressive, as they might be able to get another one here, almost able to, cleared out well by Paydirt, but yeah, they just have to hold the lead. They have 2 minutes left, not a lot of time for Miracles, enough time if Jungle are overcommitting, but if they're playing safe, it's going to be very difficult for the Miracles, but obviously they're going to try to do what they can, but they didn't get the touch on the back line there, and Rees is able to get one away.
Huge goal there to really put the pressure on. Bader can make contact, and that's really all you need is that is definitely what you want to do. But and we'll see what we get here, as the Miracles only got 1:45 to go left before this game is done, Clash, but they've really been locked in their half here so far and not able to get out, and you can't afford that if you want to come back in a game, because it's been the whole game. It hasn't been a minute here in the last couple of attempts that the Jungle have had on offense, as Rees will basically sacrifice himself to keep Pater off the ball, gives Thermal a free touch. Slip will cut that out. Eli will dust Busy to the ball into that corner. A double chance as Rees will get the beat. Open net, 5-0 Jungle.
Rees playing a great game right now. For this game, he's bottom of the scoreboard, but he got a couple in the last one too. Playing great for his team. It's just, he doesn't look like a sub out there. Obviously, he was the first round equivalent. He wasn't drafted. I don't believe he was drafted to Jungle. Maybe he was. But either way, he's playing very well and does not look like a rising star player at all right now. Similar to why Busy looks, he totally could be the 3rd round challenger player for this team. So, clearly they're doing well this game, 5-0. Trying to just see if Miracles can get a little bit of momentum here, because this one is over at this point. I'm very confident in saying that. Technically it's not. Technically it is possible. If Jungle literally stopped playing, Miracles would probably win, but that's just not going to happen, obviously. So just trying to see if Miracles can find any sort of momentum here. So as not important as it is for this game, it really could be important for the series if they can get one more here.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely want to get one more here for your confidence. Going up 6-0 in a game over a team that did beat you in overtime in game 1, definitely flipping the script here for sure, but we'll see what we get out of the Miracles here in game 3. Is that one going to come up pretty quickly or short? But 3 seconds, going to hit the ground, and the Jungle have a dominant win here in this series, and they're going to even us up at 2 games apiece, or 1 game apiece.
Such a different game from game 1. It was so even in that first game. Even though the Miracles won it, I wouldn't even say that they played that much better in game 1. It was just,
I agree.
It was so even, but Jungle just came out hot in this one. The first minute wasn't even close, and they had a 3-goal lead early, and they just played solid for the rest of the game. Miracles caught overcommitting a couple times, left some gaps, and Jungle were able to find a few more goals, and 5-0 just like that. We'll see if they can replicate it, because replicating that first minute is not going to be easy for the Jungle. Miracles surely clean up their kickoffs.
Yeah, and I want to say that you're going to see an alteration here of play style for the Miracles, but I mean, if you just go back to what you did in game one, really keeping the pressure on Chicago, not letting them out of their half, I think you'll see a little bit more success and possibly able to get a goal on the board, because you can't win a series getting shut out, Clash, because it's virtually impossible. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get out of this Miracles team going into game 3, and good domino win there for Chicago, showing why they're the 7th seed and why they've had the drop on a lot of the teams that are below them. But let's see what we get out of the Miracles here. Is game number 3 going to kick off DFH Stadium? Beautiful backdrop for this, as Busy looking for a bump. Thermal and Eli both saw it coming, Clash, and basically said, goodbye, ball. I don't want to see any part of that.
I mean, yeah, like you said, both teams just really need to figure this one out, because, I mean, yeah, Jungle started off so hot, but they haven't started off quite as hot yet this one. They haven't got 3 goals yet, as they did in the last one, but Slip trying to get this one forward. Not able to. Plays for his own team, playing smart here. I like this play from Miracles, but I don't like that as much. Not dealt well with on the back line. It was a good back pass, but not dealt well with Y Busy, and kind of gives it away. He might not have expected the demo, but he's got to know that it's a possibility. Jungle getting the first one early again, 4:18 left.
And yeah, it should be interesting to see what we get, out of this Jungle team. As, I mean, up one here. I mean, this is 6 straight goals, Clash, out of them. As Busy maybe can break that, but you can't win a series giving up 6 straight goals, and Slip knows that. A good touch forward, shut down again. Eli has been so quick out of the front half of Chicago, and really out of their midfield, has been beating Minneapolis players time and time again, and that cannot be happening if you want to score goals. As Thermal's going to use his crossbar, and we'll make that save, and I think just wanted to make that as close as possible for our heart rate, Clash, but that one going to bounce off the corner. Ball's going to go all the way across the field. Slip can't stay on that one, and Eli will have that clear, looking for a follow-up. He's on it again, looking for a double-tap chance as Thermal shots will go off target. Slip gets the bump on the third man. Open net, and a big brain play from Slip. We'll finally get a goal on the board for the Miracles.
Yeah, huge bump from Slip there. Recognized that was the last defender. You got a nice Goomba stomp bump on that last defender, and great play by Slip. Great vision, recognizing that bump was really all that was needed. Rees not quite able to get to the ball because of that bump, and now Miracles finally get one back, end to that streak of goals for the Jungle. But Jungle want another one as Eli is able to find a gap on the back line.
Beautiful play from Rees. The 50-50, though, goes in his favor. Slip comes inside of his net and can't get back to that one, and a big play there for Y Busy on that 50. Was not able to get as much on it as he wanted, and as a result, open net for Chicago. They're back up in the lead, and again, Eli, another touch forward, going to put more pressure on the Miracles defense. They will get the clear that time around, though, and 3 minutes still left to go, Clash, and a big theme for me has been the 50-50 game from Chicago. A majority of the time when they do lose it, it goes right to a player that is on their team.
Yeah, just great play. Overall, just great play from the Jungle, and they're playing very smart. Like you said, when they lose a 50-50, it's going to their team. They're being so smart with their challenges, and I mean, again, like, I don't know, they just have so much pressure. They haven't had as many shots, but it still feels like it's really in their favor, just in this game, especially in game 2, but also in this game 3 now. But I mean, maybe we just need more of that aggression as we see Y Busy get another demo. Need more of that aggression from the Miracles. I feel like that is the way to break through this Jungle squad. If you have such a solid rotational team in the Jungle, the way to break that often is going to be those demos, and shown that earlier this game, had some success with it. So I'm looking for a little bit more of that, but we'll see if they're able to, as Y Busy tries to make contact, not able to. Slip 50, kind of a double commit on the back line on the Jungle. Y Busy able to get a touch on that one, not really able to do as much as he wanted, though. This one could be dangerous, though. Pater gets it center for Slip, and this one's all tied up.
And yeah, that's a big play for the Miracles, as I think overall it'll be interesting to see what we get, out of this Miracles team in the latter half of this game, because they've kind of been outplayed for this game, at least on a lot of the opposing plays. But Slip has made a big impact here in this game 3. Obviously setting up his teammates, but finding the demos as Slip will flip into that one, give Pater a good first touch and put pressure on Eli and Chicago, but able to get out of the jungle. Quite yet though. Slip wants to crank the wrench, gets the demo on the backline, open net for Busy for a second. Another demo comes out for Busy. Eli, the only one left, and it's gonna scramble back, collect the corner boost, and give Chicago an out here with a minute to go, and they're still stuck in their half, but they will have it cleared finally from Eli, I thought. But again, the Miracles turning the crank, trying to find that third goal and win this game 3.
Yeah, like I said, those demos are playing dividends for the Miracles. That should have been a counterattack from the jungle, but there was just no one to continue the counter, and why the Miracles were able to hold the pressure for much longer than they probably should have been able to. But Slip able to get a big clear here as they're trying to get back on the offense. Why Busy takes some control, doesn't have boost though, just gonna go for a 50 on Eli. That's great 50 though. Slip able to get the double tap. What a 50 from Why Busy there, as Slip is able to just get a great free double tap off of it.
Beautiful play there from Slip though on the follow-up, as 29 seconds to go, and a big play again from Slip, as had a massive impact here on game number 3, trying to win it for the Miracles. As Reese, good pop touch, will get over top of the defense, but Slip again on his back line, shutting it down. And Eli, good possession play, does miss the reset, and that could prove to be fatal for Chicago's chances. If he got that, maybe you play over one, but as a result, Pater has the clear, and it's all the way down the field. Chicago have to go every single pixel, as Busy's removing them both from the field. Open net for Pater, 1 second to go, and Busy basically becomes a wrecking ball.
And no one left on the field after Why Busy had his way with that team, and holy cow, it's just a free open net. Pater putting that one away, but all made possible from Why Busy. I feel like Why Busy and Slip on this on the Miracles, just such good demo players. Slip having 5 demos that game, Why Busy getting those last couple right there. I mean, what can you do against this Miracles team if they're looking like that? I felt like they were outplayed with these demos. 11 total for the Miracles that game. That's just crazy.
Heck of a job.
If they can keep that kind of play up, I just don't know what to do if you are the jungle, and I have to find a way around those kind of demo rotations.
5 for Slip, 5 for Busy. They both combined for 10 in one game, and yeah, it's going to be really hard to win games when you're getting deleted off the field like that. But I mean, not easy. The jungle are not exactly a slow team, so not easy, the Minneapolis Miracles, for them to be deleting jungle players off the field. But game number 4, chance for Minneapolis to put the jungle to bed, but we'll see if they can tuck them in, as they have the chance here. They got the win in that game 3, and it was a commanding one somewhat at the latter half of it. I mean, really did a good job of really shutting down whatever jungle had left, but we'll see what we get out of the jungle here. As Busy will stay on that. Can't really sit on it for long, as about 30 seconds in, and no quick kickoff goals just yet. Thermal double tap off the corner. Slip clears it down the field. Pater's waiting, has the redirect, looks to pick the corner. Eli falls for the bounce, and it wasn't on target, but Eli will have the redirect, and that one will go down the field.
Bit of a miss there from Eli. Could have been dangerous, but he made up for it well on the counter. Able to get a couple touches extra than what the Miracles were expecting, but Pater dealing with his defense well, as he gets it played forward to Slip. Thermal playing out of his corner now, trying to get it past midfield, is able to, just taking it himself as Thermal, trying to get it middle, but not able to beat that last defender. Big demo coming out from Slip, gives his team some space. Slip trying to keep on this one, is able to get some boost, able to get it middle for Why Busy. Why Busy not quite able to get the touch he wanted though, and Miracles will recollect in their corner. Lots of possession play from the Miracles. I'm liking this style now. They're trying to play smart, trying to play conservative, but still playing aggressive physically on the rotations. This one could be dangerous. No one able to get that one through. That was an open chance, but yeah, no one willing to commit. Like I said, they're playing conservative with it. But unfortunately, that can lead to some misses like that, or if they were more aggressive, they could have got it away. It's just a risky play, but I like the simple play that they have. So many demos coming out. I don't know what's going on anymore. Thermal getting involved now, as their jungles are trying to play a little bit aggressive themselves. Pater, great challenge out of the corner, able to get a big clear for his team.
Eli, a good clear down that field, though, in response. This game almost halfway over as Pater will 50-50 that in that corner. Eli, we'll leave it for Slip. Slip does go missing on that. That's awkward, and two players from both of them all miss contact on the ball, and Slip kind of a magician there, waving his hand in the air, and gets two Chicago players to fall for his tricks, but Thermal will collect that one in the corner. Reese will beat Slip this time, and all left on Wybezy's shoulders. Just have the corner boost. Slip is demoed here, and just Pater left. Slip will spawn ball side, and Wybezy will be tasked with getting out of the half, and does exactly that for a second as Thermal's chasing a bump and can't get it, in Chicago pulling out some Minneapolis Miracles tricks.
Yeah, I mean, so much physical play coming out from both teams. It's just, it's such a change of pace from the first couple games. But, I mean, yeah, Jungle matching the play that was given to them in the last game. Eli's trying to get a good redirect there, not quite able to make contact. Slip wants nothing to do with Thermal's play as he goes in for a demo on him. Eli goes missing. That could have been a chance. Slip now trying to counterattack for the Miracles. Here we go on the backboard. Not able to play it to himself. Misses the contact on it. Pater left alone on defense, though. This could be dangerous. Eli trying to go for a bump play. Not able to make contact on Pater, but Reese has control here. This one could be dangerous. Almost on target, but cleared away well by Miracles. This one falls down. Slip trying to get this one back to the middle. Is able to, using the opponent's car there, and this one falls safely back into the jungle corner. This one could be dangerous though, as it's going back into the Miracles half, but played again in the corner. Ree's able to beat a couple. This one could be dangerous, but no one willing to commit on the jungle. This is a very safe gameplay style from both teams, barring their aggression.
And yeah, it's gonna really come down to who wants it here in this last 60 seconds. Now 50 is Eli and Reese will double commit. Thermal will go missing. Slip can't rank that read, and not expecting Chicago to be missing the ball there on their back line, as Slip will hit that one forward, shut down by Thermal. That one gonna bounce maybe almost at the corner. It's gonna go awkwardly across the box of the Miracles, but they will get out of it for now as Slip good reverse flipped into that read. Thermal pop touch to himself. Busy, you see his no boost on the little dot, and Thermal takes advantage of that. As two players again from Chicago, maybe a chance for Slip to clear the ball down, and we'll get a good high touch. Nobody from Minneapolis going to follow just yet. The demo comes in on Reese as he'll respawn on the far side, and 5 seconds to go clash. Thermal and Eli have to get this one out, and they do that.
0 seconds down. It is kept up by Reese. He's trying to get it middle, not able to. Pater does keep it up to Wybezy. This one is on target, but it falls to the ground. 0 seconds did him dirty. That was going to be on target, but here we go. Overtime. Jungle have to get this one to stay in the series, but Pater wants nothing to do with it. He's going to get a flip reset. Not able to get beat out the last defenders, though. Slip just trying to play a controlling touch. Pater able to get there first. Wybezy is up for this one. Dealt well with by Thermal, though. Eli plays this one forward. Slip in the midfield. Slip is going to take some control here. He has a flip. Ooh. Not able to make contact. Pater plays it past the defender. There's going to be one here. Wybezy able to get this one in, and that's the series for the Miracles.
And a heck of a play by Pater, though. Slip and Pater combined there. Busy picks the crossbar, uses it as basically a backboard to himself, and gets a big win for the Miracles in 4. And that one is one you definitely needed to keep your season going. But a heck of a job by the Miracles in Game 4 to win that one in overtime. But shout out Chicago. I mean, you know, not having their full roster, but doing a pretty good job. Reese and Eli really having good performances. Thermal as consistent as you could possibly want. So, I mean, we'll see what we get out of them clash, but yeah, I mean, a heck of a job from the Miracles to win that 1 and 4. But I still think they can play better, and I still think Chicago can play better too. That series could have been completely different if a couple of bounces went Chicago's way, but a dominant Game 2 win for them, and
Yeah.
you know, doesn't result in a series win, but is a game they can look back on for sure.
Yeah, it definitely could have been played better. I really love the way the Miracles played that one. I mean, obviously they got destroyed in Game 2. It was such a dominant victory for the Jungle, but the way they bounced back in those in the games 3 and 4, the way they changed their playstyle, they just got full aggression mode physically on the field.
Yeah.
Even in that last one, it wasn't as many demos, but still 6 between them. Slip getting 4. Lots of demos coming out from them, and just made Jungle uncomfortable constantly, and made the difference. And Jungle, as much as good as they looked in that game too, they just couldn't get it together in those next games. Jungle tried to match it in that last game, but it's just not quite there. And Miracles taking it in 4, I'm very impressed with that. Obviously, I predicted Jungle, but Miracles look like they deserve that one.
Yeah, and I mean,
Completely forgot about this.
I think in the you know, the physical plays is what's going to really get you, but I think overall the physical plays from Minneapolis just came in at the right time. As it'll be interesting to see what we get, you know, out of this Miracles team, but for Chicago going into obviously the major, coming off of a loss, it's not the really thing that you want, but at the same time, you know, Minneapolis coming off of a win is a big one for them for sure. But yeah, I mean, all that helps is Minneapolis moving up into the standings, and they're up to 8th place with that win at 8 and 7. And Chicago stays at 7th place, but right on the tail are the Miracles. So they prove they can beat somebody in the top 8. They can make land, but the big thing there at Clash is top 8 makes land. So we'll see what we got. But we got one more series still left to go. The Des Moines derecho taking on the Green Bay Knights. We saw how this one went last night in Rising Star. Was one to remember, but I think overall... this will be a different story here in Challenger. I would hope so, because Des Moines sitting right now in 10th place, and the Knights sitting in 15th. And the Knights have an interesting lineup, so we'll see what we get out of that clash. But yeah, thanks for joining us for the 3rd series of the night. We'll throw it over to a break, and we'll have the last one coming up just shortly.
Sounds good.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Press play. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Don't pause, press play. Press play. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Press play. Press play. Don't pause, press play.
Moment, all it takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's the last goodbye they remember you for. They're calling your name, go and take what's yours. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Midwest Championship Series Rocket League action. Me and Ghosty are going to bring you the final series of the night. The Des Moines Derecho taking on the Green Bay Frauds. I mean the Green Bay Knights. Sorry. We'll see what we get out of these two teams, but Ghosty, we have got an interesting matchup for sure. But regardless, looking at it on paper, it should be the normal Derecho versus the normal Knights. We have everything but that. The Des Moines Derecho have their full roster tonight of Cause, Avalanche, and Power. And the Green Bay Knights playing with 2 subs. They do not have Rob or Raider. They have Quick Horizon and Fraud. And I got Delfino. They got Delfino, I guess. But we'll see what we get, Ghosty. I have no idea what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I have no clue, Stewie. It's going to probably be an interesting matchup here again. Very weird lineups, like you said. But early predictions, Stewie, I have this going in the hands of Derecho in Game 3, Game 4. Going to be pretty easy for them, most likely.
You know, I'm going to jump on the Derecho train. I have this in a sweep. I got faith in Quick, but I don't really have faith in Quick at all. He's up against a mountain here with this newly formed Derecho team that is, looking to make a run into that 8th spot. And Ghosty, you got to get into the top 8 to get to LAN. And they're just outside of that at 7-7. They could make a run here and get up to 45 points, and they would be technically in 9th. Or tied for 8th, actually. They might even be in 8th, depending on... I'm pretty sure they win by game differential. Depends on what happens here, but... it'll be interesting to see how that shakes up. But, yeah, you're going with the Derecho in 4 or 3. I'm going with them in 3. We'll see what we get. I'm going to go ahead and send those guys into the lobby and get this one rolling on its way. But... last night with the Rising Star, we did see the Green Bay Frauds come out. They did lose to the Derecho. And it seems like Des Moines has Green Bay's number this season, because Green Bay's premier team, who is at the top of the mountain when it comes to premier, they're 10-5 right now with 71 points. They did lose to the Des Moines Derecho this past week or the week before that. But it technically is a Week 10 match, Ghosty. But regardless, Green Bay has kind of had the Derecho. Green Bay has kind of been had here for Des Moines. Des Moines has kind of had their number throughout this season so far. We'll see if Challenger stays true to that.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting series here. See if they have that in them. But Avalanche coming out with an open net here. Can he get it? Quick Horizon 0 boost. Goes high. Quick Horizon not able to get there. Early goal, early lead for Avalanche there. Used to be premier player. Pretty big gap from Delfino, Quick Horizon, and Fraud. Obviously should be a pretty handily match for them, trying to get that spot for the LAN coming up here. But yeah, it should be still kind of somewhat a fun series, I believe.
Yeah, I hope they enjoy it at least. But I mean, it'll be a little bit difficult because, Quick and Fraud really have to come out and play their best series ever in order to probably beat the Des Moines Derecho. But you're going to get out of Delfino, consistent as ever, hopefully as the highest rated player on this team. I would hope he outplays his teammates, but have seen super sub performances in the past, and maybe Seer and Fod can bring a little magic as T-Jack finds Avalanche. That shot's on target, saved by Delfino, and commit from Cause will keep the pressure on for the Des Moines Derecho as this game a minute and a half in, and still just that 1-0 advantage, and Fraud with a back-to-back beat on the ball, and maybe you have a chance here, but Cause will shut that down in the midfield.
Yeah, you'd think that this should be an even bigger lead for the Derecho here, but very, very nice defense coming out from the Green Bay Frauds here. As I say, that Cause gets a very good clear off the back line there, but still a lot of pressure here for the Green Bay Knights. Fraud tries to get a shot on target, sends it straight back to the wall into the hands of Avalanche. It's a beat on one. Only a 1-on-1 situation here. Cause goes for the bump. Avalanche, big little musty flick there. T-Jack sends it straight into the post. T-Jack, the #1 overall pick in Rising Star. You'd think he'd be able to perform in Challenger. And let's see how it's going to take place here. Very different games, Stewie. A lot more speed differential, a lot better players.
Yeah, and I did forget that T-Jack was subbing up for Power as Quick. We'll tie up the game here. A dunk from Delfino and a bump on T-Jack. Quick will get that goal, and that's a 1-0 advantage or a 1-1 tie, excuse me, not a 1-0 advantage. A goal for Quick is they'll tie up the game, and 2:47 still left. Plenty of time for them to squander it away, but see what Fraud and the Frauds can do. Is T-Jack will have that touch. We gotta stop ragging on him. I'm gonna jinx Des Moines this whole time, and Des Moines is somehow gonna find a way to lose this, but Fraud with a touch. We'll leave it for Cause. Cause will be dunked by Fraud on the return serve. T-Jack, that's by him. Quick can't get the redirect, and Fraud's touch will go wide. Delfino, excuse me, on the ball. Ton of boost to work with, but a lot of pressure on Des Moines as they're kind of squandering under it.
Yeah, you'd think there's a communications error there as Delfino tries to leave for Fraud. Fraud is kind of confused. Lights are shining too bright for him right now. Delfino gets beat in the corner as we come back to the Green Bay Fraud side. Delfino, right after we start hating on him, sends it right back into the derecho net. So it's back to 1-1. Looking pretty somewhat even with the shots here, but kind of still a lot of stress on the Green Bay Knights. Just trying to perform this win, need this win for the LAN seeding. Got to get those points whenever you can. But the derecho sending it straight back in the Green Bay half here. Avalanche kind of gets an awkward touch, gets bumped off straight to the corner, causes low boost on the backboard, not get past Delfino. T-Jack trying to squander up another touch, does not. Not a lot of threatening offense here so far, so because those two very well placed shots. Avalanche sends it right back from the backboard, tries to get a bump on the net, does not. There's nowhere with the ball. It's been in the corner for about a minute so far, because the shot on net almost off the left post. Avalanche under boost here, goes for the shot, goes for the pass mid, Cause there. Beautiful pass from Avalanche, and it's straight into the Green Bay Frauds net. Great shot.
Yeah, I didn't know if Avalanche got enough on it. He ended up getting enough on it, and it was difficult. For sure, Cause to get that one on net, and with a little bit of power, enough to get it by that defender for Green Bay. A minute 05 still left for the Knights to possibly get this tying goal. T-Jack double blocked away by Fraud, and it's hard to call a team non-frauds when they literally have a player named Fraud on their team. I don't know if it's just me being a jerk to them, but I'm not sure at this point. But 46 seconds stuck inside this Green Bay half. The dunk from Cause on the front line, and caught like a deer in the headlights was that defender for the Knights.
A very, very entertaining game to watch here. Cause gets it right past those three defenders in the net, finds the one spot he can score. Cause, I'm not sure too much about him. Kind of a newer player, but he's played MCS before, I'm very sure. But just hasn't been on a roster. This derecho roster has been changing a lot. Last 2 weeks ago, we played them. There was Stratus, Avalanche, and I don't even know who else. Probably Zamzam was a sub, but I think it was I have no clue. But it doesn't matter as they're still taking a commanding lead going into these final seconds here. The Green Bay Knights trying to squander up any shots they can, but it's not. Falling mid for Delfino, I lied, but Cause this was a wide open net. It blocked by Avalanche, but Quick Horizon was there for the save. Cause tries to get a 50 on Fraud, sends it back to the wall. Now trying to play a little bit defensive here. T-Jack says no, goes for the shot anyways. Avalanche bangs it back into their side, and it's going to be 3-1. Maybe a 3-1, but definitely a win for the derecho here in this game one.
Des Moines up 1-0. It's kind of what we expected. Not trying to jinx Green Bay at all, but they're gonna have a lot of work to do here if they're gonna get this one. But we'll go to game number 2 and see what we get, out of this Green Bay team. But they really have got to be better if they want to win this series. And it comes down to Delfino and really, Quick stepped up to get one goal, but it comes down to Delfino. What can he do? Being kind of the lone high-ranked player in this lobby for Green Bay. Ghosty really
very
need.
hard for him.
Yeah.
You have to be able to trust your teammates half the time in threes, and it's very hard if both your teammates are grand champion below. But he's doing his best. He had 240 points out there, second highest on his team last game. He gets the beat on Cause 1-on-1, but gets bumped off, unfortunately. Now Avalanche tries to go for a double tap, does not get it mid. Never mind, he does. Fraud, it sends it back to the corner. And Green Bay Knights take the counterattack here, but T-Jack gets it right back. Quick Horizon on his back line with no boost. Cause the 50. No one's there for the shot. Avalanche puts it right into the left post. Delfino bangs it to the derecho side. Fraud does not get a touch on it as he just leaves it be. And now they're getting counterattacked by the derecho. Not very threatening offense so far, but a lot of entertaining plays happening in this thing too.
I mean, still plenty of time here for Green Bay to get going. As good first touch from Delfino. Quick gonna go as sort of a double commit, and expecting Delfino to run on a boost. A shot to the back corner behind Quick. He will make the save, and the league director gonna step up to make a save for his team there. The general manager of the Knights, and I mean, I can call them frauds. We can call them frauds all we want, but honestly, I mean, they've been having arguably the best season out of everybody. Currently top of all leagues with the 27-17 record in win-loss, and they average the most amount of points per match for all franchises. So, I mean, the Knights have been having a pretty darn good season so far, but. This is a different story. Maybe Delfino has a different book to write, but Fraud with a good touch forward. The demo comes in on Gavalanche from Quick, and that 50-50 will win its way through.
I was talking about Delfino having to trust his teammates, but he says no. Does it by himself, gets two very good 50-50s on the goal line, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Green Bay as Fraud tries to get a shot on net. Does not go the way he wanted to. Quick Rising gets beat. Delfino last alone. Hits the beat. Does not get scored on this time, but T-Jack takes it right back in. Fraud collects on his own backboard, trying to muster up anything he can. Gets 50. Rising bangs it back into the corner. Won't on him yet. It's a 50. Delfino kind of awkward on his goal line. Gavalanche rotating out. T-Jack meeting Delfino in the air there. Gets a great dunk on him. Takes their top boost as well. Gavalanche putting it right back wayward from mid. Does he get a double touch? He does. And he blocks his own teammate on the goal line. Would have been an open net for them, but he accidentally falls on top of it. T-Jack not having a good shot here after that. We take Quick Horizon, gets a very good beat on a double commit there. Could have been very bad for him. T-Jack tries to get a pass to Cause, but he does not have any boost. And Fraud goes for the ball, misses. Gavalanche goes for the shot. Well placed. Does not get around Quick Horizon. But T-Jack right there to collect. Great save by Quick on low boost there. Avalanche plays the top left. Quick says no. Delfino not able to get there.
And 2:20 still left, and I mean, that one was as close as you could possibly want it, Ghosty. Able to tap the game of the derecho. T-Jack really just gets the final beat on the last man. Quick did everything he could to keep that one out, but was not able to rise to the task. And see what we get out of Quick here in that corner. Good pass forward. Delfino will be dunked as Gavalanche will win that touch out. Fraud gonna hit that one forward. Delfino redirect chance will get on it as Quick collects in the midfield. A good slow play, looking for a shot, but couldn't get by that Des Moines defender. Fraud will plus that one forward, trying to pick that top left corner. T-Jack is there to cover it and gets the beat on Quick. Just Delfino left. Will be dunked. Fraud on the rotation back, though. Had a little bit of pressure on him, but a ton of boost. Delfino. Flip reset. Plays it across. Quick is there. The shot is not on target, though, and no contact made. And Delfino did everything he could to get that over to Quick, and it was a good pass. Quick just wasn't ready for the extended pressure that was on that flip reset.
Yeah, light's a little too bright for him again. Very fast pass from Delfino. It's a nice little 50 on Gavalanche there, but Delfino becoming the MVP of his team. He stepped it up from last game. A lot of pressure for the Green Bay Frauds here. As Quick Horizon gets a great pass mid, Fraud sends it to the corner. A little bit too awkward of a touch for him as Delfino fakes off T-Jack, and he does not get the shot he wants to. Delfino gets past one-on-one situation here. Goes for the pass mid. Fraud there for the shot. Sent away by Cause. Gavalanche up. Kind of an awkward Quick Horizon there on low boost, and Gavalanche sends it right back mid. Delfino with the miss. Fraud has to be T-Jack. He does. Delfino on the counterattack. No boost. Sends it to the ceiling. Cause almost puts it right in front of his net. Fraud waiting for it eagerly. Gavalanche gets a beat on Delfino. Almost gets it past him, but Quick Horizon sends it back into his own half, and he's staring at the ball. Fraud, one-on-one, goes for the air dribble, does not get it over Cause. Gavalanche has a great clear to his corner, and he gets the follow-up. Gets the beat on Delfino. Quick Horizon there to collect, sends it to the left wall. Now it's counterattack for derecho, as Cause beats it mid, and he gets bumped by his own teammate Gavalanche, and Fraud gets the shot on net, but Gavalanche able to recover from that really good bump from his teammate there. He collects it on his own backboard. As Quick gets it right into Delfino. Cause there for the save. Cause 0 seconds here. Tries to get a 50. He does. Goes middle for his team. Delfino gets a beat on two of them. Cause sends it straight to the floor.
Ooh.
We're going to overtime.
And I mean, this is one you need if you're Green Bay to stay in the series, but Des Moines really letting Green Bay in the door here as T-Jack will have that double tap. Can't line it up. Avalanche plays across. Fraud's going to have enough boost to child as he will. Delfino won't go as Cause will cut that one out. A good challenge there to keep Des Moines in the offensive half. Quick redirect all the way across the field. T-Jack goes missing. As Delfino will have that on target. Miscommunication for a second between Cause and Gavalanche is that one a little bit close. Cause off the backboard. Double tap is there. And that is how you do it. As, I mean, that's all you could want. If you are the Des Moines derecho, they're up 2-0 in the series.
And Delfino being last alone there. No boost for him. It's faked by both of his teammates. A little awkward double commit. They both go down. Thinking the other one has it. Gets right past them. Cause finishes on top of the leaderboard for the derecho here. It's a great double tap. We're going to game 3. It's 2-0, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
2-0 Des Moines.
And, looking for a sweep here for the Des Moines derecho, and they should be able to play it off the way that they're playing. Jeez.
Yeah, as I mean, Des Moines, they made that one pretty close in that that game 2, but overall able to just take over game 3. Hopefully take over game 3, but take over game 2 and win that one in overtime. As Avalanche, good first touch, flip reset is there. That one's on target, shut down by Quick, and T-Jack will keep the pressure on for Des Moines, and the derecho really doing a good job of just locking Green Bay in and starving them out of boost, and that's really what you want to do. Don't give them any clears as Quick. A ton of boost to work with. Back pass chance for Delfino, but his only friend there is Demo. Delfino double tap chance off the backboard. Quick tries to stuff it near post. Gavalanche, though, inside of his net will have that save, and T-Jack will eat a double demo for Fraud as his teammates will lose back-to-back challenges, and that double demo won't do anything for the Green Bay Knights.
Yeah, T-Jack had an awkward shot there, sends it right into the post, but Cause trying to keep his pressure up as T-Jack gets a bump, a quick horizon, gets the beat on one. The Avalanche last back, gets it clear back into his corner. Fraud goes for the early challenge, does not work out for him. T-Jack collects it on his back wall. Quick horizon, tries to get a soft touch and get another beat on Cause. Does not. Cause gets a piece of it. Now Gavalanche has to dodge a bump, and it's a great shot by Fraud, recognizing Gavalanche is awkward. Great bump attempt there from Quick Horizon. Makes the Avalanche stomp on the brakes. He takes his boost. It's a great shot.
Yeah, good power there for Fraud, as that's what you needed if you're the Knights, to be up 1-0. But now it's about not giving the Des Moines derecho a free one, as Cause maybe looking for a read by himself. Can't get that. Gavalanche into that corner. Cause can't turn on that, though, as T-Jack will leave it. And into that corner, no boost to work with. As Gavalanche, a big beat out. Going into that corner. Looks in field. The flip is going to be shut down by Quick. That one going to go right to Delfino. Open net. Green Bay's up by 2.
It's a lucky pinch off that 50 in the corner for Gavalanche. You have to not flip into that. You have to be thinking, oh, it might be pinched in my net. And that's exactly what happened. T-Jack a little bit too far forward as last there. And it gets the beat. Delfino gets the wide open net. They're up 2-0, Stewie. This is getting competitive.
It's getting close.
Green Bay, nice.
Yeah.
It's getting close. They're still down 2 in the series.
Yeah, hopefully we don't.
Trying to get his team back into this. It's Quick Horizon putting on a show here. Gets the miss on that shot, as I say that, but Fraud there for the rebound. Not have anything. Trying to keep it in. Double commit coming out from the Green Bay Frauds coming out to play. But Gavalanche has to take control of this, has to bring on those mechanics, and he does. He beats 2. Delfino goes for the air dribble. T-Jack shuts it down straight to the corner. But they still have a lot of pressure for the Green Bay. Delfino gets a miss. So does Gavalanche, faked off by the miss from Delfino. Horizon takes the air dribble. Does not get to the right 50 he wanted to. I'm seeing a lot of air dribbles trying to come out from the Green Bay Frauds here, but not a lot of offensive pressure. Not a lot of 50s. Has those 2 little bumps there. They have to be playing more passive if they want to keep this lead.
Green Bay is going to get caught eventually. Fraud will hit that one off the ceiling. Delfino's there to follow it up. Fraud tried to stay on it. No boost. We'll take that one from the corner, and Gavalanche won't be able to get out of the midfield line. As the Knights, another chance there off the backboard. Delfino tries to pick the post. Quick can't stay on that. We'll hit that one forward. That one is going to be saved by T-Jack. Avalanche can't get across to it. Des Moines is scrambling, trying to get the ball out of their corner and out of their half. And with 2 minutes to go, I mean, they only have to find 2, and all it's going to take is 1 overcommit. Delfino nearly gave it to him. T-Jack will have that touch, but Avalanche was demoed. All of Des Moines' offensive chances go down the drain as a result of it.
Yeah, a lot of threatening offense coming from Green Bay, a lot of great defensive pressure, but Delfino finds the gap in the defense. Little miscommunication, little hesitant on the break there. T-Jack sends it right to Delfino. Cause takes himself off twice, goes for boost over ball. Delfino, great shot, great 50 on Avalanche, caught him off guard. It's swinging their way. Not a lot of pressure on the derecho though. They're still up a game if they lose this, but it has to be a foot on the pedal for Green Bay from here if they want to win this series.
Yeah.
Quick Horizon tries to put it in the corner here. Fraud last alone. T-Jack has no boost. Avalanche takes it from his teammate. Great play from that. Fraud sends it straight back to the corner. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of hope for this derecho team in this game. What do you think they have to do instead?
Move on to game 4. That's what they got to do. Forget about this game because it kind of got away from them from the beginning. As Fraud and Quick really having a big impact so far in this third game, keeping Green Bay in the series. As that bump will keep Avalanche on the ball. A return bump as we're just playing ping pong for 50 seconds. As Avalanche, that touch goes crazily into that corner. Can't stay on it and cause shutdown by Quick. 45 seconds still to go. As Green Bay gonna have to play a little defense. T-Jack barrels into the defense trying to get something going. As maybe they have. Cause finally gets the opening, and with 35 seconds, Green Bay not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. You need 2 goals. You're gonna have to see some crazy kick-out strategies if you want to get a quick one. But honestly, if you score with 1 second left, there's always a possibility. Let's see what happens in this game 3 here. As Avalanche might want to go for a full field here. He does. It's an off the ceiling, one-touch little first cool double tap. Does not have anything to follow. Collins sends it back up the wall. Tries to get a follow. Does. He gets a beat on Delfino. Avalanche. It's 50 by Quick Horizon. Great speed there from him. T-Jack off the wall. Avalanche has no boost. Desperation calls out for derecho as Cause goes his last. Desperation again. T-Jack has to go for something here. Quick Horizon says no. The right back mid for Fraud. Fraud puts it right up the backboard. Just milking the clock here. And this will fall in the hands of Green Bay in game 3.
As we're going to go to a 4th game. Des Moines going to drop this one. As that will not hurt their game differential, or not help it, excuse me, as Avalanche maybe looking for one for the road with the backboard. Nobody there for the follow-up. And we're going to go to a 4th game. Green Bay will stay alive. As, I mean, some physical plays from them will get them in, but, yeah, I mean, 3 demos for Fraud, and not a ton of shots for the Des Moines derecho. They were on defense for a majority of that game 3.
Yeah, I liked what I saw from Quick Horizon and Fraud. They're very much stepping up, taking that second and first man roll away from Delfino most of the time. Delfino finishing out on top there. 5 shots. Yeah, he tied shots for the derecho. Great shooting from the Knights. A lot of opportunities for them. You'll love this. I have a little bit of a break here between game 4, unfortunately, is not having up.
As I mean, you got game 3 coming, or game 4 coming up. Hopefully some supporting roles here for Quick and Fraud to get them to a game 5. But Delfino stepped up in the series and in game 3 at least to keep them alive. As hopefully Des Moines can put their foot down here and end this one in 4, because you don't want to give Green Bay life, because then anything can happen in a game 5. As Cause
reverse sweep for them though.
Yeah,
very hard to do.
Definitely against a Des Moines team that made some moves in that roster window and have only been getting better. I mean, obviously playing with a sub today, but T-Jack very capable, so anything possible for both of these squads. But T-Jack off that sidewall will look for one to Avalanche, can't quite get it. Maybe a bump coming out. Fraud is there, and Delfino does make that save. And we'll get that clear down the field, and just under a minute in, and Green Bay on the offense.
Although we both predicted Derecho to win, I'm honestly kind of
Whoa.
rooting for the Green Bay Frauds here, as Gavalanche kind of has a wayward miss there. Delfino there for the rebound, gets sent away by Gavalanche, but this Green Bay Frauds team getting better and better, more fun to watch as the series goes on. T-Jack almost gets to the net, almost finds the net on that shot, sent away by the 2 defenders in the net. Gavalanche gets it right over the net, no one there to collect though. The 50-man T-Jack there for the shot. Quick Rising blocks the angle. There's a 3-on-1 going the opposite way for the Green Bay Frauds. Fraud literally tries to put it to Delfino.
Oh!
Delfino there. Great pass, great look, great communications from them. That's an all-around great play from every single player on the Green Bay Frauds team.
Yeah, I mean, great infield pass. Delfino there to finish it off, and 1-0 lead for the Knights. As Gavalanche will steal that mid boost. The back pass comes in right on Fraud. He's awkward, and Quick will have that clear. Gives it over to Delfino. Cause will touch that one mid for Gavalanche to go. He's dusted by Delfino, though, and no boost for either of them, as T-Jack will miss that corner. And as a result, won't let them out. Delfino makes it 2-0.
Wow. Great plays coming from this Green Bay Knights team. The pressure is coming out very hard. Delfino, pause. Delfino, 2 great shots. You know, taking over that first man role is not like what I said about Quick Horizon challenging for that. It's a very hard carry. And it's 2-0 going for the Green Bay Knights, but they're not out of the woods at all, Stewie. The Derecho team went up 2 games on them, had a lot of goals, had a lot of shots, but now kind of crumbling. These Green Bay Knights finding that second wind of effort here as this game 4, but Gavalanche sends it towards a wide open net. Quick Horizon able to get back, able to recover. T-Jack, it's a back pass to Cause. Gets murdered, unfortunately. T-Jack kind of gets frozen on the back line. Now as 100 gets the mid left, going for that shot, does not get a 50 mid. Quick Horizon has to get a beat on Cause. Cause gets a nice 50. Rod collects back to his corner, back to Cause, gets a shot on net. Delfino clears it away. They clear for the Green Bay Knights. They needed to get that ball out of the way, Stewie.
Yeah, and I mean, what can we see from them? As you know, Green Bay really got to get this one going here. As I mean, if they can get it up to 3-0, I really believe that this is going to 5. But right now, Des Moines still has a chance. I mean, off that infield pass, Fraud and Quick will combine to clear it for themselves. As T-Jack will miss that backboard touch. Delfino looking for a hat trick in this game. Fraud off the backboard. Gavalanche had it red and gets the double in the corner. A chance here is Delfino's last back. T-Jack shoots it over his shoulder. Delfino, though, reaches his hand back and makes that save. And that one needed to go in for Des Moines because that was a chance. Maybe T-Jack makes up for it this time and does. And he will cut the lead in half. And this game not quite over just yet.
An amazing defensive effort coming up from Delfino, but he does get demoed. Unfortunate leads to that wide open net for the Derecho. 1 goal lead here for the Green Bay Knights. 1 goal. 1 minute or 2 minutes left, sorry. But Gavalanche tries to say nothing, and that goes low on Quick Horizon. Quick Horizon does force high. It's a great save off that. Rod sends it into the corner. Cause there to collect. It's the beat on 2. Quick Horizon is last. Side flips. A little awkward for him. Gets demoed. Only 1 back for them. Kind of an open net. T-Jack gets a shot off the crossbar. Delfino goes missing, but it's out. Gavalanche has to get this pressure. Keep on going. Get another shot. Infield pass. No one there to collect. And Cause low boost. A little 3-on-1 situation from here. Who puts it mid for the Green Bay Knights. Fraud has a pass, but no one's there. Gavalanche has set up off the right wall here. It's a 50 by Delfino. And it's sent right back into their corner. Very, very dangerous here for the Derecho.
Yeah.
Fraud gets a little reset.
Ooh.
Does not get the pop he wanted to. Beats his own teammate to 3-on-1 going on the other side. They do not realize it. They know they're gonna have the boost. Avalanche gets a fake on Delfino, but sends it into his own corner. Fraud on the backline to collect. T-Jack there for the shot. Oh, goes over on the backboard. Clear Horizon bangs the ball away. And now it's back into the hands of the Derecho. It's a little double commit. No one's last back for the Green Bay Knights as T-Jack gets a great pass to Gavalanche. Gavalanche sends it to a wide open net. No one there to collect. A very, very good shot for him. A very, very bad double commit coming out of them. Quick Horizon did not have to go for there. He was the last man. They'll use him in a wide open net.
Yeah, and then that one really I mean, you're going to want that one back if it's the Green Bay Knights because,
Yeah.
you can't be giving them open nets like that. I mean, they're going to make you pay every single time. As a result, you've got this Green Bay team now squandering a 2-0 advantage and now possibly losing this game number 4 and losing this series if we go to overtime and T-Jack will have that beat. Fraud will have the save. Quick did miss contact on it. Delfino will fake out one as a 1v1 with Cause does win the corner boost challenge, and Fraud though will be demoed by Gavalanche on its rotation. Quick, not a ton of boost to work with, and as a result it will be a clear for now as this one in that Green Bay side. Cause will turn on it, hit it up the sidewall. Avalanche does go missing. Quick keeps it up. T-Jack hits it forward. And Green Bay wants no part of that. Ghosty, as they will let that one drop. Overtime here in Game 4. Green Bay looking to force Game 5.
Very, very fun game to watch here and commentate.
Whoa!
As Frog gets the pass man, Delfino almost gets a save. Now no one's back for them, but they do recover. Oh my God, Stewie. I just saw 6 people in one net, and it's not a goal. I don't know what's happening, but Gavalanche gets a little counterattack going for them. T-Jack wide open net puts it in, and that's gonna be this series as they win 3-1. What a game!
Yeah,
I would say very, very good effort from the Green Bay Frauds.
yeah, heck of a job from them. I mean, what can you do? Not it doesn't always go your way, but I mean, heck of a job from the Des Moines derecho to put this one to bed. But Green Bay, will lose this series in 4. Kind of really squandered that away, I want to say. I mean, up 2-0, and it should have been a lot different. I mean, honestly, they had this one in command as, this one will end here in this series. This one will end in 4 as Des Moines made that comeback. 8 shots for T-Jack, a step of performance from the sub here to close us out, Ghosty. And, I mean, that's what you needed to really win this series. And I guess that's what reigned true as, obviously that was our last match of the night. And taking a look at that schedule, Des Moines going to beat Green Bay in 4. And that's a big win for Des Moines because that pushes their chance of getting into that top 8 conversation, Ghosty, and getting to that illustrious land. And I mean, this is our final week of the season. So these teams playing for basically the major coming up next week. And the Superiors beating the Atlas in 5, Senators beating the Jungle in a sweep, Minneapolis beating Chicago in 4, and Des Moines beating Green Bay in 4, and that's all she wrote for the night. As
kind of an unfortunate matchup for the Rachel night team.
For sure.
If all these rosters were there, this could go any way for them. Would be even more fun matchup for them. Unfortunate, but it's still very entertaining series to watch here.
Yeah, for sure. As I mean, we got some good series tonight, and appreciate you, Ghosty, for joining me for this final one. It was a quick one, kind of, but not really a quick one. Depends on how you look at it. But regardless, always a blast. And we've got no more series left for the night, so we're gonna send it off, and we will see you tomorrow for premiere. We only have 2 matches at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time as normal. I can only stream the first 2 because I got to play tomorrow. So, it'll be interesting to see what we get. But regardless, we'll have some good Rocket League as always. Final week of the season, Major 2 is coming up very, very shortly, and we hope you can join us for it.
Good luck to you, Stewie, tomorrow. Hoping for some even better matches. Premiere, the most fun series, the most fun to watch.